Now I feel complete. I thank this village for receiving me. Hey, it takes a village to build what we doing. When they found me all defeated, depleted, and ruined, they rebuilt me from the ground like they salvaging ruins. I'm just grateful for my blessings, how God has been moving. Yeah, it takes a village to build what we doing. When they found me all defeated, depleted, and ruined, they rebuilt me from the ground like they salvaging ruins. I'm just grateful for my blessings, how God has been moving. Yeah.
Think I figured out the formula to succeeding. Family dinner at the table, they make sure that I'm eating.
Yo!
What's up?
What's good, everybody? This is crazy. Yo.
What's up, everybody? Oh man, yo, we are back, season 3. Like, I missed you. I miss you
too, man.
This is crazy. How you drinking? Really?
Yeah,
you
right.
Have no manners.
And I'm in my living room. Where you at?
But you have, my thing is, I'm in my living room too. But what I'm saying is,
social distance.
You just took a sip and you have no manners.
I didn't. That was juice from earlier.
Stop lying. Oh man, how are you feeling, Ness? How you feeling?
I'm feeling great today. I'm glad to be back. We got some viewers in here.
What's up?
If you with us, just start commenting right now so we can start seeing them pop up. Comment for it. We can say what's up, what's popping, what's good.
Listen, if you are here right now, do us a favor. First of all, we're happy to see y'all. Excited to be here. It's been a while. Season 3, we're back at it. But I need y'all to do me one favor. If you're on Facebook, go ahead and press share so that we can share the love and the wealth with everybody so that y'all can all be a part of this amazing experience. All right. And then also, if you are on YouTube, feel free to just add comments. What's up, Most Def? What's up, Katrina Beeman? Thank y'all for joining in. We appreciate y'all.
Good.
Katrina said, hi, friends. Hey, Katrina.
Hey.
Simone said, hey, y'all. Hey. Share before y'all started. Let's go. That's what we like to hear. We appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
All right. Uh-oh, Mike. What's up, Mike?
Yeah. So yeah, as you come in, make sure you share this, make sure you like this, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube. Run it up.
All of that. All right. So we got a new show in store for y'all, man. We got a new platform. We got so many things going on. So we're super duper excited. And one of the things is the fact that we're live. Again, make sure that y'all go ahead and follow us on Instagram at gourmet_foreplay. Go ahead and like us on Facebook, which is just at gourmet foreplay. And then go ahead and subscribe to us on YouTube, which is just Gourmet Foreplay. And we appreciate y'all and we love y'all. All right. So Diddy, we got a really good show today. We got to come back with a bang. You already know. The views are only going to grow as we continue this. And we got new platforms and a lot going on. So what have you been up to while we've been gone? Because I'm sure everybody wants to know.
Wow, I was in a crib. In the house board. But then I started doing a lot of self-care, doing a lot of reading with my cousins. But luckily I was able to work remotely. So that was like the cool part about it. So
shout out to the 14 people watching. We appreciate y'all. Go ahead.
That's good, y'all. So I worked remotely. I worked on myself. I did my self-care like I said I was gonna do. Put up a sneaker unit. I traveled to Aruba.
About time you put up that sneaker unit because that's chill. Unit. All right. Sorry, we started too early.
No, I'm joking. We gotta be nice to each other. Episode 1, maybe.
You're right. You got it.
He about to tell you I got that sneaker unit in 1988.
Listen, March of '98, and she just put it up. But anyway, we're not gonna do this today. Yeah.
Man, so what you been up to?
I've been chilling, man. We obviously traveled to Aruba, which was amazing. If y'all need any traveling tips, obviously it was during COVID and pandemic, so we got some tips for y'all. What y'all should look forward to and kind of expect. We got tested. I got tested 3 times. She got tested twice. We got tested together, which is just one of the worst. It was funny because we were, a little lit. But I got tested 4 times. Listen, that whole thing was a joke.
I'm gonna tell y'all what Jermaine did to me.
Oh God.
So we go get tested after we came back from Aruba. You don't worry, we did our due diligence. We stayed home in the house and all that stuff. And it was time to get tested because we wanted to make sure we didn't get COVID in Aruba. And I wanted to also go see my parents. So we went there a little lit, like we was drinking and all that good stuff. And the place was about to close, so they were just like, "Yo, how about this? Y'all register separately, but since y'all are together, y'all can actually be in the same room. Are y'all comfortable with that?" Are we like, sure, no problem. worst idea of my life. So the COVID test, when I took it alone in the Bronx, tickled. The COVID test, when I took it with Jermaine laughing at me while we stuck it up my nose, was super uncomfortable. Like, I went from staying still to no, and the woman was just like, and we're in there cracking up, we're crying, she's laughing, and she's sticking it, like she's shaking from laughing, sticking up my nose, I'm backing up. It was just nuts, but it was funny and it was cool.
Buffy Mayer says, hi, what's up,
Hi.
Buffy?
Hey, what's up, Buffy?
Cardi and Amelia said, y'all made me reactivate my Facebook for this new season. So excited. Oh, that's love. We appreciate you.
That makes me feel great, honestly. That's love.
Hold up. Dwayne Ishel said, hey, y'all. What up, what up?
Hey.
Oh, damn, my fault. I completely said that all wrong. My bad. All right, so but yeah, man, I just been, we excited, we out here. Let's just kind of get started though, because we got a big show and still we got 15 people viewing. We got to get in. So before, can we get a cheers to a good episode, please and thanks?
Cheers, yo. Wait, cheers. Time out. What they got in their cups though?
What? Listen, y'all know the prerequisite to watch Gourmet Foreplay and to be here is to pour up your cup. All right, so you have to come here with a cup. All right, so go ahead and add. I need y'all to pour up your drinks if they're not pouring up yet. And let's just get this going, because there's no reason why we should be the only people drinking. We know that this is a prerequisite for the show. All right. One more time for the people in the back. Pull up your drinks, period. All right. Period. Tati said it's Tati. I realized once I saw your fitness logo, but I completely butchered it. So what up, Tati? Appreciate you being here for real. All love, for real. All right. Simone said, hell no. All right. So cheers. We did this already? We didn't do this.
Cheers.
Before we cheers, what's in your cup?
I got some vodka, and I did a little light. I did some little island type of punch, like a tropical type of fruit punch with mine. What's in your cup?
So I got I'm going for a more fall vibes. You know what I'm saying? So this is think about like apple cider, a little bit of lemon juice, and some brandy. Finito.
Ooh, finito.
Cheers to a good episode.
Clink. Y'all cheers with us? Did y'all cheers with us?
Let's jump right on in, y'all. So we have so much to talk about. First and foremost, did y'all hear about this dude named Trump, the guy in the White House, lying about the pandemic?
Isn't he orange?
I'm done. I'm not doing this today. But let me tell y'all. So long story short, if y'all remember, we told y'all about the pandemic in January. It is sad that Gourmet Foreplay told y'all about a pandemic from Wuhan, China, before the president of the United States did. All right. Let me say that one more time for the people in the back. Let me bring my mic in the camera. All right.
Bring the mic.
It's crazy that Gourmet Foreplay reported first. All right. You heard it here first. We reported first about the coronavirus. We made a little bit of jokes because we didn't realize how serious it was at that point in time, because we were given misinformation and we were ill-informed. And we told y'all about it from jump. And long story short, we know that the president has been downplaying it, pretty much saying that it's not a big deal. It'll leave by April when the weather gets warmer, and all of these things. So long story short, he had an interview with a reporter, Bob Woodward, and he pretty much just told on himself. And the thing about it is that when you are having an interview with any reporter, you never, ever, 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 ever go on the record and give the information that you just give, because now what do you do to the American people? You make everybody feel like you're a liar. We can't trust the government. We can't trust any goddamn thing that anybody is saying. All right. So before I go any further, honestly, I guess I just want to share a clip real quick to just show you some of the things that he said in the beginning of this whole thing. And then some of the things that he said pretty much like afterwards. All right. So let's just kind of play it real quick. All right.
You see what we doing now, y'all?
All right, let's go. And this is courtesies of The View, y'all. Courtesies of The View.
There's a theory that in April, when it gets warm, historically, that has been able to kill the virus. The people are getting better. They're all getting better. It's a little like the regular flu that we have flu shots for. And we'll essentially have a flu shot for this in a fairly quick manner. And we're prepared, and we're doing a great job with it. And it will go away. Just stay calm. I was talking about what we're doing is under control, but I'm not talking about the virus.
All right, so that's what he had to say at first. Let's look a little bit and see what he had to say on the call or on as it was being reported. You know what I'm saying?
In the air, that's how it's passed. And so that's a very tricky one. That's a very delicate one. It's also more deadly than your your strenuous flus. Now it's coming out. It's not just old people, Bob. Just today, and just some startling facts came out. It's not just older. Yeah. I wanted to always play it down. I still like playing it down. Yes. Because I don't want to create a panic.
Nuts. So
he's outrageous.
Outrageous. All right. So one of the things I want to say, because obviously these are our appetizers, right? So we have to cook it up and serve it up right? Mm-hmm. And it's just enough to get the conversation started. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what gourmet foreplay is. So real quick, for everybody who's a new viewer, gourmet foreplay, the reason why we're called gourmet is because the information we give you is high quality. We go above and beyond to make sure that we report to you guys and research everything. All right. Mm-hmm. And then we call it foreplay because just like sex, it's just enough to get the conversation started. So Ness says it all the time. My co-executive producer, who I love with all my heart, says it all the time. We want to be able to engage conversation, right? And be able to make sure that 12-year-old can be in a conversation with the 18-year-old, who could be in a conversation with the 30-year-olds, and just keep it going, right? So we want to go ahead and share that love and that wealth. So it was just a lot that happened there. So I just feel like, long story short, he admitted in the interview that he was playing down COVID. How you feel about that, Ness?
I feel like our lives are in the wrong hands at this point. I feel like it's something that I wouldn't have been shocked that he did, because come on, he was lying with Dr. Fauci right next to him. You remember that? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And this is exactly. And this is nothing that we've never seen before. I feel like it reminds me of an episode of Scandal. I remember an episode of Scandal way back where they were recording, and then when they stopped it, they never stopped actually recording. So even though the person thought that the camera wasn't rolling, it was still picking up audio, and they were able to leak that and hold it against them, because when you originally went into the room, everything was technically on the record. So that's just outrageous. And I don't know. Is he smarter than that? Is he not smarter than that? I doubt it, but I just feel like he's horrible. He has to go. Bottom line, he just has to go.
So Benjamin Worldwide said finito. All right.
Finito.
Buffy said, I can't drink, but I cheers with water. All right. Adeze Obi said, not news. This N-word lies all the time. Shake my head. All right. Mm-hmm. Patrick Harris Jr. said that N-word looks like a gym sock.
Is it an orange gym sock?
I'm done. Mo Def said, this MFing dude, this motherfucking dude. All right. Adeze continued to say, this gives me anxiety every time I see his orange face. All right. I'm not mad at that. I get anxiety too. Karen Wolf, thank you for joining. We appreciate you for tuning in.
How you doing, Karen?
Right. We love Karen. Karen said this is awesome. Ali Sophia. Okay. Jacob Moore. All right. Amelia said, y'all, this man is such an idiot. As an actual scientist, I cringe. I forgot you're a scientist, Amelia. Come on. Shout out to the scientists of color. All right. Y'all, this man is such an idiot. As an actual scientist, I cringe so hard every time he speaks about science in the way things work. This is coming from the guy who said that we should inject ourselves with with disinfectant spray. What?
Clorox, bleach.
What? I'm done. Like, I can't take him serious.
I can't. Not at all.
Amelia said, laugh my fucking ass off at Gym Sock. Karen Wolf said, love you guys. I'm tagging people. Oh, thank you, Karen. We appreciate you.
We love you, Karen Wolf. Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
So it's just like, I feel like he's completely insensitive to the fact that he is leading the way for a bunch of people. Like, he's insensitive about our feelings, our health, even our health care and all that of the source. But speaking of insensitivity, did y'all hear about what happened on Undisputed on Fox Sports? Anybody hear about that? Huh? So Undisputed. So if y'all don't know, Fox Sports have like a sports talk show called Undisputed, and there's two commentators there. One in particular, his name is Skip Bayless, right? And long story short, Skip Bayless is now caught up in a huge controversy, which has all professional athletes from every single sport pretty much coming down on him. They kind of want him to be fired. They want him to issue an apology and all that and of sort. So long story short, Dak Prescott is a quarterback of the Cowboys. And if you know anything like I know, the Cowboys is the team of the U.S. Mm-hmm. I mean, they got little rivals though, because rocking with the Giants, New York Giants all day. But he is like the top team. This is the team that has kind of the most rings, but they don't, right? Patriots winning. So pretty much during COVID, however, like we got to remember what happened during COVID. I'm sure like any of us, y'all had suffered some type of anxiety or depression. We thought martial law was coming. We thought we was the world. We thought we was gonna get sick. We were scared somebody that we knew was gonna get sick. And then everything happened with the Black Lives Matter movement, and we're sitting there watching George Floyd get murdered. And then we hear about Breonna Taylor get bombarded in her house and get shot to death. Like, we're just going through that. So we're grieving and we're mourning. But now on top of the regular mourn of the general society of America, Dak Prescott had to mourn the loss of his brother on April 24th, who committed suicide. So it's crazy, right? So if we all know, this week was the opening week for the NFL, right? And during the opening week, the Cowboys didn't do so well. They lost pretty much. And when they lost, Dak came forth and he was just like, look, I was going through depression. I didn't want to get out the bed to work out. I didn't want to do anything. So he pretty much did not train during that span of everything. And I kind of don't blame him. Everything was suspended anyway. No one knew when everyone was going back. But if you know anything about depression, it can be paralyzing, right? So
it could be debilitating, like where you like petrifying. You can't even, go ahead, man. I'm getting anxiety thinking about the anxiety.
You can't function. You can't move, all that of the sort. And then Skip Bayless had this to say from his standpoint as being a sports commentator. Let me play the clip for y'all.
And we see your comments. We're going to read them in a second, right after this clip.
To be in charge of the football team. Because of all that,
and that's expanded a bit.
I don't have sympathy for him going public with, I got depressed. I suffered depression early in COVID to the point that I couldn't even go work out.
Insensitive.
Look, he's the quarterback of America's team. And you know and I know, this sport that you play, it is dog eat dog. It is no compassion. No quarter given on the football field. If you reveal publicly any little weakness, it can affect your team's ability to believe in you in the toughest.
So that is his response to a professional athlete finally admitting and coming forth about his anxiety. I'm about to read our comments, but if you know anything about, especially the Black culture, this is something that we've never really touched upon. You know what I'm saying? We act like, not that we act like, but we never know how to identify when we're having anxiety, when they're having depression, or when we're traumatized about something. And we never pick up on it.
That's true. And a large majority of that is the fact that a lot of people don't know how to identify it, right? So we talk about mental health a lot on this show, a lot. Season 1, we talked a lot about mental health. Season 2, we have Mike Mitchell here, talked a lot about mental health. You know what I'm saying? And I think a big part of that is the fact that a lot of people don't talk about it. It's this cliche thing that's now thankfully being part of mainstream and people talking about it. We have people like Charlamagne the God talking about it openly. We have people like Taraji P. Henson talking about it openly. So
that's this week.
You know what I'm saying? And now to have somebody like this gentleman downplay someone's mental health issues, saying that pretty much they are a pawn to the world's entertainment and that your fans don't want to hear about your mental health issues, that to me is a problem.
That to me is nuts. So we got a comment right here from Karen Wolf. She says, oh my God, I never had anxiety and mine was, I never have anxiety and mine is through the roof. And it just gets crazier and crazier. And you can't even control when it happens. You know what I'm saying to you? We got Mo Def on here. I agree, Ness. Thank you. Insensitive to the fact that people are out in the world at risk. And with his behavior, he is giving people the audacity to continue to walk around not sanitized or masked up. Oh, I think talking about Trump, right? Appreciate that. But yeah, so it's just completely to me outrageous. And I appreciate the fact that a lot of other athletes are coming forth and condemning him, and they actually want to cancel him. You know, we go with the cancel culture, so they're trying to cancel Skip Bayless. So we're just gonna see how that goes. So,
all right. Well, you know how we do with Flash News because that's up next. We doing it right now? Because we haven't done it in a while. You ready?
All right. Let's see if we're on point. No lags.
All right. No lags. Right. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Go ahead.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Extra. Read all about it. It's so weird when you're not in the same room. Anyway, let's just play the real video we got. Hold on. All right, so for those of us who are new to Gourmet Foreplay, again, first and foremost, thank you so much for joining in again, tuning in, for being with us. If you are here again, do us a favor and listen to that ticker right at the bottom. That encourages you to share this video so we can share the love and the wealth with everybody. We want to be able to deliver information to the culture, to just people in general, and really get that word out there. So we appreciate y'all. All right, so Flash News is that segment where we spit fire through some really fast things that we need y'all to know and just to pay attention to. Because again, our goal is to just give y'all enough to get the conversation started. So let's go ahead and get started. All right. First and foremost, there are so many things happening right now when it comes to voter suppression. All right. Voter suppression. If you have not heard about it, look it up. All right. One of the things when voter suppression got really, really popular was when Stacey Abrams was going against Governor Kemp. Was running against Governor Kemp. And Governor Kemp was the person in charge of voter registration in Georgia. So he was not counting votes so that she would win, which is just crazy and corrupt. So voter suppression is this whole idea that people will go above and beyond to remove the ability, right, to disable United States citizens from being able to vote. So what's been going on, I don't know if you guys have seen the pictures on the internet or if you guys have seen articles or read articles or whatever the case is, but they've been moving and transporting a lot of, or remove, I should say, around the world, a lot of USPS mailboxes. And I also read somewhere that they were kind of defunded a little. Like, are we really going above and beyond this crazy to rig another election to stop people from voting? Not to mention that the guy in the White House has been, putting out this ridiculous rhetoric that states something along the lines of that if we do mail-in ballots, it's going, or if we do mail-in ballots for voting, that is going to completely construe and mess up our whole democracy because he's trying to do what he can to win the vote. All right. And it's just crazy. And Karen Wolf said, how about Trump telling people to vote twice, mail and in person? That's against the law. The last time I checked, I
can't vote. I couldn't vote twice in the first grade when we learned how to do this. This is take a drink, right? So the another part that pisses me off about it is because, like, on top of voting suppression, let's look at the long-term effects, right? Yep. Cheating into the White House, horrible. That's another 4 years of destruction, right? Possible destruction. Let's not put that in. Possible destruction, right?
Yep.
Next thing, my grandmother uses the mailbox. My great aunt uses the mailbox. My mother uses the mailbox. It's something that's very important for people to get things and mail it off at a cheaper rate. Think about all of the small businesses who operate out of their homes or factories. They also, now there's going to be a more costly fee for them to even ship out their products. So no, there's going to be an inflation in everything, even the prices for everything you have.
Yep.
Karen Wolf says insanity. It is insanity. Is nuts.
And Daisy said he's also encouraging his fan base to vote twice. And it's like, how are we doing this? How's this a thing? But because I know we want to talk about this because it's Flash News. We want to be respectful of the time, but I'm telling you, it's ridiculous, y'all. I need y'all to just continue. The best thing that y'all can do to help combat this issue is to really just spread the word. A lot of people don't know about voter suppression. A lot of people are already discouraged from voting as well. And one thing I want to throw out on the lines of voting is the fact that I don't want to hear I'm voting for the lesser of two evils. What? That was so 2016. Let's move on from that. I'm so tired of hearing that. I want to hear something along the lines of I'm voting for the best candidate. And I think I won't call out people who vote for what I think the majority of the U.S. and the country knows is really terrible for the country. I won't call that out. But what I will say is I think we all know that a Biden-Harris ticket and administration will be a lot safer and a lot loving and a lot less divisive and a lot more inclusive than the current administration. And that's what I'll say on that until we get to that, because that's going to be talked about later on. But let's go ahead and
move that on that. But a reminder though, all right? Yeah. The last day to register to vote is October 7th. I really hope that y'all all register to vote. I really hope if you don't care about voting, you decide to vote. And most importantly, I hope you convince your younger family members, your younger friends, or the friends of friends to also register to vote and just hit all those deadlines so we don't have to fall back on the fact that these mailboxes is going to be gone. And these mailboxes are going to be gone with everything that's in them. You get what I'm saying to you? So just do what you got to do. get out there and help us fix this mess. Right?
You know what? Real quick, I'm sorry, because this is. I know we had a lot of conversation when it came to. We had a lot of conversation when it came to Trump, and that we were just speaking about in advertisers. And I know we're in flash news right now, and I hate to kind of go backwards for a second, but I feel like we did kind of like skip over y'all's comments. I want to like give some love to it. So what I really want to get to is a really quick social media moment. And for anybody who doesn't know what a social media moment is, that's the opportunity that we're going to ask a question and pose a question to you guys. We'll post it in the comments and post it, and you guys have 40 seconds to respond. All right. So let's go ahead and get ready for our social media moment. Our first one for the night. All right, our social media question, just because it was a lot going on, all right? The social media question or moment, I should say, is Trump right for lying about the pandemic? Because we're just talking about voting, so I couldn't avoid this. Is Trump right for lying about the pandemic to avoid mass panic? Or did he make, okay, or let's not copy and paste the whole sentence. Or did he make, I guess they have limits. That makes sense, right? So is Trump right for lying about the pandemic to avoid mass panic? Or did he make pretty much the wrong decision that costed us an additional, like 36,000 additional lives, all right? So again, is Trump right? And you guys have 40 seconds to respond. So again, we want, as that ticker says at the bottom, we want well thought out responses, not just, not just quick in and out responses, all right? So again, so the question is Trump right for lying about the pandemic to avoid mass panic? Or did he make a dangerous decision that costed us an additional 36,000 lives? You guys have 40 seconds to respond. In the meantime, in between time, Nesh, you got some tunes, because I heard that we are only featuring music from local artists this season. Only
music from local artists.
All right.
Here's a dope one that I just want to play.
We see that Facebook is acting up too. So thank you, Amelia, for joining on YouTube. All right, you guys have 40 seconds to respond, all right? And let me try to get the question in here again. And don't forget, we want thought out responses.
I just want to spend some time away. It's getting overwhelming. I can have anything that I want but you.
To understand, these are all local artists, up and coming, who got next.
So again, you guys have about 30 seconds left, all right? Is Trump right for lying about the pandemic to avoid mass panic? Or did he make a dangerous decision that costed us 36,000 additional lives?
We got a new viewer.
Welcome, guys. Welcome.
Hello, Ali Sophia. Hello, the Via girl. I appreciate y'all commenting.
The Via girl just subscribed to us the other day. So thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you.
Yes. Make sure you subscribe to Gourmet Foreplay.
All right. While we're doing this and everybody's typing in their comments and their responses, go ahead and share this video, tag your friends, do whatever you can to get the message out. Subscribe to us on YouTube. So thank you guys to the new subscribers, and just continue to watch us on Facebook. We really appreciate it. All right, so you guys have about 20 seconds left. Is Trump right for lying about the pandemic to avoid mass panic, or did he make a dangerous decision that costed us 36,000 additional lives? Next, I like this song. Who's this by?
Oh, this is from Ashley. This young lady that I met through one of my childhood friends. He's a producer and a manager, and it's one of his artists that he put me on to like about 2 months ago. And I think she's pretty dope. So I'll actually write what the song is called in the comments.
All right. You guys have 15 seconds left, and then we'll go ahead and read your comments out loud and discuss them, and then continue moving through the flash news. We had to pivot because we're talking about voting, and it's just on my mind.
It's been a long time, now I'm not impressed. Could I have it back then? Now you just regret. Now you in the past tense, but that shit was next.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, our social media moment. All right, again, just if you're just joining in, I know a couple of people are tagging people. So again, the question for our social media moment is Trump right for lying about the pandemic to avoid mass panic, or did he make a dangerous decision that costed us 36,000 additional lives? All right, let's go ahead and start reading the comments. So y'all are going off today.
Yeah, we love it.
And I also have y'all up on Facebook because I know certain people's comments weren't coming through, so I'll try to look over to read your comments.
So when you do YouTube,
right.
you do Facebook. If you see him,
let's just go in order and alternate. So I'll start with Karen Wolf on Facebook. All right.
Perfect.
All right. Karen Wolf said, "You can lead and not cause panic by staying calm and leading with science like Cuomo did." I 100% agree with that. I think that there is a lot to be said about a leader who lies, right? It speaks volumes for a leader who lies to not cause panic.
Right.
But we know the power of staying calm and leading with facts and science because Cuomo did a fantastic job, in my humble opinion, to deliver us the news that the lead commander-in-chief was unable to present to us. You know? What'd you say, Nessa?
So every time I wear my face mask, like a chin mask, so I can breathe a little bit, I be like, dang, Cuomo did say, this is a chin mask. This is a face mask.
He did, and he was straight up about it, you know?
So I always laugh every single day when I do that and be like, yeah, let me save my life real quick and put my mask up.
Copy. Go ahead, Ness, you got the next one.
So Adeze says, anyone with the brain knows he did it for his own benefit. He does not care for the masses, but he only cares for his own re-election. Can I tell you something about this, Adeze? I was teaching my students about voting in the community and like how it directly affects people, right? So one thing I had them do was, go on candidates' page and see, research candidates and go on their page, see what they're about, see what they're for, see what they're against. Would you believe Donald Trump is literally the only person whose page, the only thing on there is a middle center, a display dialogue box that says donate to his campaign. Nothing, no bills he's for, his history, his resume, none of that is on there except for that. And that just threw me for a loop, to be honest.
I'm not surprised. Ali Sophia said, no, because he causes mass panic every day with his nonsense and lies. He lied about COVID all because of money, and investments. He doesn't care about us or our lives. I could not agree with you more, Ali Sophia. Thank you so much for joining in. And thank you, Karen, for inviting her in. We appreciate you for sharing that love.
And
Go ahead.
The little girl said, he most certainly did not make a good decision. Telling people how bad this was from the start would have inspired a different response.
Keep going. She got this too.
It's all about risk perception. When people think something is risky, they are more likely to avoid it. Amen. Amen.
I agree. Let's go ahead. George Watkins says, it's not so much about his lying, but his failure to not handle the situation appropriately to save lives. He downplayed the pandemic. He did. He completely downplayed the pandemic and then admitted it on an interview. You never.
That's
so you gotta realize my degree job. I'm a personal chef. We all know this. I'm a dancer. We all know this. My degree job and my master's degree and all that stuff is in communications, branding, marketing, and PR. And this is a PR nightmare, number one. And then this is also, it's just so, all right, let me not get into this. All right, let's move on to the next comment because we know how I could get. All right.
Modef says, no, he isn't right. People panicked anyway. The stores were ransacked by hoarders for tissue, ramen noodles, soup, etc. He didn't do anything but make a conspiracy theorist come out and freak people out more. He cost lives and money. Shameful and foolish. Listen, he could have let people who are going to be affected economically and financially, he could have had them ahead of the curve. And that's the part that blew mine, to be honest with you. Like, he left people out there to be stranded, and that's not right. We appreciate you for all the tags, Karen Wolf. Thank you so much.
Royston Souvenir said, absolutely not. I'll put it like this. If your mechanic knew your brakes were bad after an inspection and didn't tell you, then you crashed, you'd be upset, right? Same logic applies here. Not only did he keep the full info from the public, but he also did nothing to protect the public until it was too late. At the cost of not causing a panic, he caused excessive deaths along with a collapsing economy. Say that 3 more times for the people in the back, Roy. We appreciate you, and I agree. Michael Cole, you up?
Hey, I know you from somewhere, Michael Cole. I think we got the same last name.
I got the same parents?
Yeah, I think we got the same parents and grew up in the same house. That's dope. What's good, bro? He made a dangerous decision that cost many lives. He's a hustler and casino owner. Ooh, he gambled with our lives just like he's gambled with this country's economy. Say that again.
Right.
Okay.
And the Vila girl said on YouTube, she said, Daisy, pretty sure he relied on the actual leaders around him and agreed to this terrible decision. Agree. All right. So we apologize. Let's go ahead. Just to I just had to get to that because I was like, we got to have a social media moment, especially with something about voting and all that stuff. So let's go ahead really quickly and get right back to the flash news. Ness, I heard something's going on with Ciara. Talk to us.
So, love is in the air, everybody. There's been like a little baby boom going on. Ciara and Russell Wilson.
My goodness. My goodness. My goodness. Not my goodness. Now, go ahead.
Ciara and Russell welcomed their beautiful bundle of joy in. Tiana Taylor and Iman Shumpert, y'all know I love them too, can welcome their new bundle of joy. And guess who else got a bun in the oven? Ooh. Fabulous and Emily B. So
there's a lot going on.
It's a lot going on.
That's just like quarantine love. Everybody's making babies.
That's what it is.
Everybody's making babies.
This is like the Great Depression and the baby boom all over again.
It is, but it's like it's our own. It's our version of it, which is crazy, right?
It's crazy. We live in history, y'all. What a time to be alive, people.
So speaking of, it's crazy how you got some people in quarantine making babies and other people in quarantine divorcing. All right. So I don't know if y'all heard about Ray J, but Ray J, who's Moesha or Brandy's brother, right? So anyway, shout out to Netflix for putting on a lot of Black entertainment television on Netflix and started with Moesha and Sister and all that stuff. So go check it out if you haven't. All right. Ray J pretty much is filing for divorce from Princess and asked for full custody of the two kids, according to the Shade Room, right? And it's just interesting because all the research, there's not really a lot of, what can I say? There aren't really a lot of resources really saying a lot. They didn't release a lot of statements. The only thing that's really on record is he cited it's because of irreconcilable differences, all right? And it's crazy because they're getting divorced just after Princess wanted a divorce just a month ago, and she canceled the divorce, and now they're getting a divorce again, but he's getting it. It's just a lot going on.
I'm not going to hold you. I'm all about love, but it's about time. They talk to each other too crazy to still be together.
And you can't, listen, y'all, everybody who's listening, we are too grown, too old, too willing, too able, too blessed to be stressed and dealing with goddamn toxicity, all right? We are too great for toxicity.
Did you come up with that on top of your head?
Yeah, you know how I do. Communication major all day. Master's degree, holla at me. All right. What I'm telling y'all real quick. All right. Everybody listening and watching right now, let me tell y'all this. This is a word. Y'all are too good, too great, too amazing, too bright, too bold, too strong, too God-fearing if you believe in God, too spirit. Like, you are so strong. We don't need and have room for toxic people and or toxicity in our lives. That's just it. So if you got to divorce and split. It's going to be terrible for your kids if you got kids. I'm sorry, it does. But the older they are, the better it is.
Right.
But, well, yeah, there's debates. I can say the younger too. But anyway, leave toxicity. It's better for you and your kids that you left the toxicity. It shows on your face. It shows in your personality and your smile and all that. So if you got a divorce. Speaking of divorce, guess who else filed a divorce? This just broke news today. You know what? Hold up. This literally broke news today. So I think we have to be appropriate to pull it in. This just in, Cardi B. But this just in, Cardi B literally. This came and broke news about 2 or 3 hours ago. So Cardi B files for divorce from Offset. Now, according to People Magazine and everybody else that reported it. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar, Cardi B is a hip hop artist, originally from the Bronx, right? Made her way to fame from rapping and being herself on Instagram, then getting onto Love and Hip Hop, and then, fixing her teeth and being rich and all that stuff. And now she's like just killing it. All right. But she was known, for those of you who are not familiar, she was known for just being herself. You know what I'm saying? She may not have sounded the most educated. She may have not sounded the most polished, but she was herself and she got famous for doing that. And she was an ex-stripper. All right. So Cardi B is dating Offset. Married, right? Yeah, because they're getting divorced. Married to Offset, who they have a child with named Culture, and Offset is a part of the rap group, the Migos. All right. So Cardi B calls it quits. Now, mind you, they've been off and on for a while now. All right, but reportedly, because Offset was unfaithful, all right, and he's been unfaithful because honestly, there was a sex scandal in January 2014. They stayed together, and then in 2018, Culture was born, their child. And then remember, that was when Cardi B put an attack out and a hit out for the two girls at the strip club because they slept with Offset.
Yo, you know what blew mine when you sent me that message that Cardi B and Offset was getting divorced? Because one, when she was first leaving him, he went and shut down all her shows, all her performances to give her flowers. Like, he fought for his girl, he fought for his woman. Celebrities was chiming in on Instagram. It was just like, take him back, take him. They had like a take him back campaign on Twitter, Instagram, everywhere you could think of. And it's just like, okay, fine, she took him back. But she made it clear, even in her music, and even straight up, you cheat again, I'm out. I don't got time for it. That stuff hurts me. You need to understand that. But during COVID, they literally just bought their dream house. I watched them buy their dream house and show us.
Literally, and showed it to the world. Yeah. They're huge. I hate it. I'm not gonna say hate it, but I feel like it's not my style of home. But
girl, it was beautiful.
It's beautiful.
It was like a ceramic tile castle or something.
Literally, they got pillars everywhere. It's an Italian style home. But God,
it felt like Don Pablo, like,
and it's in Atlanta, right? It was in Atlanta.
I don't even know, but it was
$5 million home, something crazy. But anyway, go ahead.
And they planned it out. They planned out her vanity room. For her and her girls. He planned out his game room for him, his guys. They both put a studio in there so they could both, work on their music. They planned out the backyard. They looked so like affectionate. They was touchy feely, joking around, and just like to see them throw it all away. I don't know. That kind of broke my heart when you did that.
I agree. But the interesting part about this is not to shift in transition like this, but we're talking about the fact that they grew up they had a big home together. But hold up, before I even get to that, he ungrateful trading the WAP for the slot.
I've seen that comment.
I am done. Michael Cole said it's her house. I think I did hear that it wasn't her name too. But the interesting listen, all right. We'll talk about WAP shortly, so make sure y'all stay around. All right. But the interesting part about this whole thing is that, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's just so much that they're doing with that. The fact that they have a house and it's beautiful is great. But then now we think about what, right? Transition over to Tulsa, which they had businesses burnt down, right? So this marriage is burning down, but the business is burned down in Tulsa, Oklahoma, all right? Tulsa, Oklahoma, for those who don't know, all right, is a time in history in the 1900s, early 1900s, where 1921, where Tulsa, Oklahoma was the booming black business. You know what I'm saying? It was booming with black businesses. We're talking about libraries, doctors' offices. We're talking about beauty supplies stores or beauticians and hairdressers, barbershops, pharmacies, everything you can think of. It was literally that. And then what happened was there was this rumor that went around, this uninvestigated rumor that a black man entered a elevator with a white woman, and that white woman claimed that something happened in the elevator, whatever. It was never investigated. And the response was all of the non-people of color or white people came and pretty much burned down, killed, and massacred hundreds and hundreds of businesses, hundreds and hundreds of people died, and it's ridiculous. So go ahead. There's a 105-year-old Tulsa massacre survivor that you're going to tell us about, right, Ness?
Yes, I am. So there's a survivor named Leslie Benningfield. At the time when Tulsa was burning down, she was 4 years old, right? Mm-hmm. And it's the entire descendants of Tulsa massacre. So everyone that's made it alive, like out of there, and all their descendants from other families, these are the people that are filing a lawsuit against Tulsa for their reparations, right? But the key leading plaintiffs are Leslie Benningfield, and I think it's the Mount Vernon AME Church, Vernon AME Church, which is the only black business that survived the entire massacre. Now, he was around for season 2 during Black History Month. I believe that was like one of our second Black History facts, and we talked about the Tulsa massacre and how literally there's even a movie on it where like it was airstrike, bombs, shootings, killings. And basically, she suffered from trauma from it. So till this day, at 105 years old, she gets flashbacks from when she was 4 years old of trauma piled on top of each other. Trauma. That is kind of scary. I can't imagine when she hears firecrackers go off.
Trauma.
I can't imagine if the radio was playing and she hears a bomb. Like she can't listen to
my adult 3-year-old's cat, all right, runs off and has anxiety. A cat when it thunders outside, when there's a lawnmower outside, when people are cutting the grass, when I vacuum, that is a cat, a brain smaller than a human. Imagine what something like that would do to a Tulsa, Oklahoma massacre survivor.
So pretty much the lawsuit is out there. There's not like a definite, there's like no absolute number that for the reparations, but the grounds that they're suing Tulsa for is the fact that the white people were pretty much a nuisance on the town and they were never abated or held accountable for what they did.
It's crazy that we use the word nuisance and we were hung with nooses, but anyway, I digress.
There was more than nuisance. They were murderers. Like, you know what I'm saying? And no one was ever held accountable. It was okay. Like, this is the first time literally slaves got on their feet. Like, this is after the whole abolition of slavery and then the extra years of people not knowing they free. This is like, they're finally free. They're working together. They got their own newspapers. Everything is booming for them. They're functioning perfectly. And then you wipe that out. And I think, and every time they wipe out a vibrant, booming Black neighborhood, they set us all back another 100 years. Because we got to keep rebuilding from scratch. So Tulsa is one example of the massacres, but there was plenty others. So this is crazy, and I just really hope that they win this entire lawsuit because I'm rooting for everybody that's Black.
I hear that.
But that's outrageous. So,
go ahead.
So I heard you got something called Dear Black Business.
Oh God,
businesses.
You know, it's funny. I didn't even prep that for this, but I will talk about it. I just
see it in the notes. My bad.
No. It's right. It's my bad. But let me just tell y'all real quick. So when we talk about Tulsa, Oklahoma, a couple of months ago, and I will put this out here. I have to put it out to the world because if I don't do it like this, I will keep trying to perfect it before I put it out. So this is what I'll say. What I'll say is, back in, we just went through a big Black Lives. Let me not say we just went through. We are going through a big Black Lives Matter issue and movement. And like I tell everybody, it is not a moment, it is a movement. And when we went through that, me and Nessa, I'm a germaphobe. She is a hypochondriac, and we just weren't sure how we can go ahead and do what we could to give back to the community, whether or not we wanted to go ahead and march and be a part of all of these things and so forth, right? So I say, you know what I want to do is I want to give back in a different way. I want to pay homage to Tulsa, Oklahoma. I want to be able to, which was also called Black Wall Street back then. I want to pay homage. I want to do what I can. So what am I going to do, right? What I'm going to do is I'm creating a free workshop. All right. Let me give you my background real quick for those who don't know. All right. I have a bachelor's degree in rhetoric and persuasive communication. I have a master's degree in organizational corporate communication and branding. All right. My recent position in the work world outside of cooking and all that stuff was being a marketing and communications director for a major brand. All right. Or major brand in this area, I should say. That said, I'm going to be equipping Black-owned businesses with the tools, the knowledge, the skills, and the abilities to make money, to have great customer service, to have great experiences, to be able to deliver what it is that we need, right? We got to build and pay homage and homage to Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So I, myself, Jermaine, will be leading a free webinar that all you have to do, it's two things. One, the admission is just a receipt that you will email me from a Black-owned business that was purchased within the last 30 days, all right? If you don't have that, then it's $50, and that's it. You just pay the $50 via Cash App or whatever, and that's that, all right? But it is free, all right? And then I actually won't even tell you at the end, but there's a surprise at the end for everybody, all right? But this is what I'm talking about. When Nessa says I'm voting for, or what was it? I'm rooting for everybody who's Black. I am rooting for every Black business. I want them to survive. I want them to succeed. I want them to do well. I want to be able to use my skills, talents, and abilities to push and project that brand and those businesses forward. I want to give you the knowledge and the necessary tools that you need to succeed, because a lot of us usually have really bad experiences with Black-owned businesses, and that's because we're given a short end of the stick. The system is not made for us. The instruction is not the instruction or the information is not given necessarily in the right way, and not everybody has the means. So let me show you a face that looks like you, that knows your life, not even knows your life, I take that back, who can share a bit of the Black experience and let me teach you what you need to know. One of the comments says, I'm gonna need some of that, Maine. Simone, you got it. You already know. All right. The Villa girl said, that's so wonderful that you can be such a useful resource. You know, I'm trying for real, because it's like, why have all this locked up in my head and not share it with people that I know can, you know, we have to make sure that we are creating generational wealth. We're not taught in schools. I went to public school, all right, my entire life in Southside Jamaica, Queens, PS 223, MS 202 or junior high school 202, whatever. Jamaica High School where me and Ness met. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have these opportunities. We did not learn home economics. We did not learn how to finance properly. We didn't learn about businesses and entrepreneurship. We didn't learn about that. So now that I'm at this.
Crazy though?
Go ahead.
My mom went to Jamaica High School and she was the class of 1975. And when the school was predominantly white, all those classes were there. But then when the community changed to like Middle Eastern and Caribbean and everything of that sort, it seems like we lost complete funding in public schooling. And then we didn't have home economics. We didn't have sharp class. We didn't have driver's ed. We didn't have a gun range. We didn't have all the cool stuff that my mom actually had while she was there.
Yeah.
So that's the part that's crazy.
So the Villa girl says, what if you are a Black owned business? What is the admission cost? You just have to support another Black owned business. That's all. The admission cost is purchase. I don't care if the purchase was $2. A purchase from a Black owned business with proof of purchase, emailed to me within the last 30 days. And that's it. Or if you don't have that, it's $50. And it's still affordable. You know what I'm saying? And this is going to be knowledgeable information and things that you're going to need. All right. Nell Cooper, aka Mama Nell, said make it happen. And I will, because you know it's the Barbados in us. All right. The Villa girl said, I did home economics, but learned how to make crepes. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, how is that helping you? But you get my point. George Watkins said, home economics, I learned in school how to bake a cake. You know what I'm saying? But at least I had that. We ain't learned nothing. We learned how to roll dice. All right. I'm lying, but you get my point. All right. Moving on. So real quick, another thing is we're moving really fast past the next couple of flash news. All right. So I don't know if y'all heard, but I'm super excited because the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air now has their house on Airbnb. All right. Now it's so dope. But let me tell y'all, before y'all hear it and everybody thinks that you can go ahead and just order. Hold on. Did I miss the Biden-ish?
No.
Ty, you did not miss the Biden stuff. I'm happy that you're here for that because I want to engage you and we'll get to that shortly. All right. That is our part of our entree for today. We're only on the Flash News. Entree is up next. All right. So Claudia said we out. All right. So Fresh Prince. All right.
Right.
There. Airbnb. Now they're doing this to commemorate and mark the 30th because it marks the 30th anniversary of the show. So guess what? From only 5 dates in October, you can rent 5 days for only $30 because to celebrate the 30th anniversary. But the caveat is you have to be an LA County resident because of COVID. They want to just make sure that, we're not bringing things to the set and to the home and it's really owned by a person. So just want to throw that out there that Fresh Prince of Bel-Air house is now listed on Airbnb for 5 days only at $30. All right. But I heard a lot is going on with Breonna Taylor.
Yeah, that's nuts. So they settled the lawsuit. So we never gonna arrest the cops and get her justice.
Thank you, Mama. Now
the lawsuit. That's the only thing that gets me.
So, go ahead.
I was gonna read off the notes, but go ahead. That just gets me. When you sent that to me, I said, "Oh my gosh."
So news just broke, and you know what we do when news breaks? We gotta tell you that it's breaking news. All right. All right, so CNN, according to CNN, well, it broke everywhere, but according to CNN today, news broke that pretty much Louisville has settled Breonna Taylor's wrongful death lawsuit. Now, if you don't know about Breonna Taylor, shame on you, but we're not going to shame you. We're going to educate you and empower you to have the information, all right? So the situation with Breonna Taylor is that Breonna Taylor was a 26-year-old woman of color, Black woman who was in her home, privately in her home. And what happened was there was a police... what are we gonna call it?
Investigation, right?
There was an well, it wasn't even that. Pretty much, there was miscommunication, no knocking. Right, there was supposed to be a knock search warrant. There was none of that. The police pretty much went into the house, the wrong house. The boyfriend thought that the house was being raided and robbed, and that they were about to get robbed and things like that. So the boyfriend readied the gun, and the police officer shot and killed Breonna Taylor.
Yep.
And that's why you've been seeing, you may have noticed a lot of memes or a lot of things that will share random things like, here's a recipe, and then say something along the lines of, but let's arrest and get justice for Breonna Taylor type thing, because that's something that's been in the background. Breonna Taylor happened before George Floyd. I believe Breonna Taylor happened in March. So long story short, while it's not the best victory in my opinion, right? Because yeah, money is cute, but $12 million cannot replace a life, nor can it replace all the things that is wrong with the country right now and everything else, right? But long story short, Louisville agreed to pay $12 million to the family of Breonna Taylor. And it's reportedly the highest amount that the city has ever paid for a lawsuit. But I don't give a damn. You need to pay higher, but no money can replace her. And no money can excuse what the hell you did. And that's just point blank on period. All right. The city agreed also, in addition to that, to offer. So it wasn't just like, all right, here's the money and walk away. It was here's the money and here's the things that we're going to agree on. All right. So the city agreed to institute sweeping police reforms. All right. So they want to reform the way police is ran in Louisville. All right. The other thing the city agreed on is that they wanted to offer housing credits. So they're going to start offering housing credits to officers so that they can live in the cities that they police, because we all know that that's a big problem.
Amazing.
That it is, but that's only if they take the incentive. They may not, you know what I'm saying? But the thing about it, yes, no knock raid. Thank you guys. A raid, no knock raid, a police raid. Yes, you guys are right. Thank you so much. Let me just show y'all love. All right. And Joel says period. All right. So long story short, again, right. So they had so they said that they're going to offer credit so that police can go ahead and live in the cities they're policing them, because we all know that the issues of that. The cops will come in, usually white, into black neighborhoods, usually in this case, and will not be familiar with the neighborhood, look down on the neighborhood, and now they're offering incentives for them to stay. So that's cute, but it really doesn't replace the life of Breonna Taylor, period. All right. The other thing they're going to do is that social workers are going to provide support on certain police runs. That's cute, but that's also not going to, that's not going to bring back the life of Breonna, you know what I'm saying? Taylor. The last thing they got to do is that they're going to require commanders to review and approve search warrants before seeking judicial approval. That just seems like motherfucking common sense. I don't know why you haven't been doing that before. Why are we now instituting the fact that you have to seek approval to get a warrant to be able to do this? You know what I'm saying? You did a no-knock raid. How you did a no-knock raid?
You're supposed to. Unless someone's in danger, you are supposed to get an approval from a judge.
Right.
And only a certain type of warrants are able to be executed within any hour of the day. But someone has to be in danger. That's nuts.
Yeah, Joel Garland said, how can police be reformed if they don't even give or provide correct police training? That's a whole nother topic. I agree. Like hopefully that's part of the reform, because they're really started to train and they're really giving all these rookie and unarmed officers, I mean, not unarmed, but unequipped officers, these duties. And then, but I'm not going to hold you. Sometimes it'd be the officers who have experience.
Right.
Ty said they did not arrest the cops, though. All that shit placating. There's that. All right. Yep. Ali Sophia said money won't bring her back and money won't lock up these cops. Listen, that's the thing. Like, how do we say here's a settlement and the cops still aren't like cops can just get away with anything? And I'm not the person who believes that all cops are bad. I'm the person that believes that shitty cops need to be treated with shit and smacked with shit and shitted on. And that just is what it is.
Okay.
Period. You know how I get when I get upset. All right. Ty said, y'all saw the video of the white guy who killed the two cops?
So I didn't see it, but I heard about it. I seen his mugshot. And he blew their faces off. It's not even making headlines. It's pretty sad. Like, not saying like that's nuts. You know what I'm saying to you? Like, that is nuts. This white man went and blew the faces off of cops, and it's not even making headlines.
Of course not.
Why are they muting stuff like this? Like,
but if it was.
People are people. There's evil in every single. Don't make one race just seem more evil. Everybody doing what.
That's in the history of the country, and you know that. That's this history, and I say this all the time. Every season of Gourmet Foreplay, this the government, the Constitution, the world, like U.S. was built on the backs of slaves before the people that the Constitution was written for, which was not slaves and not people African Americans. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, all right. So. Last but not least on our flash news before we hit the entrees is the fact that all I want to say is, if y'all didn't see this already, go ahead and watch The Social Dilemma on Netflix, because that is a new docuseries that came out. It's all about, now mind you, I work in marketing, I work in branding, if you missed that part. So it's not news to me. It was still scary though, but it wasn't news to me. But pretty much the docuseries brings together all old executives from Google, all old executives from Facebook, all old executives from Twitter, Pinterest, all of these things and whatever. And really just shares how the media and social media and these platforms, their goal is to do one of two things. One, the goal is to do what? To manipulate you into thinking that something's happening that's not. To send you dopamine hits and to do all of this stuff and keep revisiting things to get you excited about a like, a share, a comment, or a subscribe. All right. And to make you depressed when you don't get it, so that you can be addicted to this technology, so that they can learn about your behaviors for the fucking advertisers. Now I feel bad because I'm an advertiser. You know what I'm saying? I have worked in a position or many positions where I had to purchase advertising for that company. And we target based upon, so if I wanted to sell a protein bar, I can target, if my product was a protein bar, I can target fitness enthusiasts. I can target people who want to lose weight. I can target people who are overweight. I can target people who prefer protein. I can target people who drink muscle milk. I can do all of that. And that's based upon all the data they're collecting from us. Every single action you take, every single move you make. All right. So I just want to throw that out there. All right.
All right. So we got some comments in here. George Watkins asked if they found the guy. I'm not too sure, but they got a picture of him and they released his mugshot. Adeze said apparently they have a description of the suspect and are saying dark-skinned man. Nah, he's not even dark-skinned. I didn't see any melanin. Tahir Montana says exactly, and they arrested him peacefully. Oh, so they did. That's crazy. God forbid somebody I know
peacefully
shot some cop in the face. That's just dead on arrival. That's a DOA once the ambulance comes. Like, it's all right. I'm gonna get tight. Mo Def says, I'm here for reformation of gun access too. These dudes are nuts out here. Yes. Everybody needs to go to gun school at some point and to get a gun. Period. Tahir Montana says, shame on you. Laughing out loud.
Because you didn't hear the story. That's probably why he's saying that.
Oh.
Making a second drink, by the way, everybody.
You talking to me? He said shame on me?
He's saying you.
Like that, brother. No, I'm playing with you. I'm gonna read up on it though. I wanted to, but I didn't get into it because I was just like, I didn't see enough details for me to like really go into it. So,
but now we got it, so you're gonna get it.
Yeah, let the story.
So let's go ahead. One thing is that y'all know we cannot do the show without our sponsors, right? So sponsorships are a big deal. They're how we're able to do what we can do, and obviously we're gonna promote the brands that we are part of. So what I want to tell y'all really quickly is the fact that we're just really grateful for the things that we're able to do. All right. And we're able to do that by the brilliant minds that are me and Nessa and our support group. I want to shout out real quick. Shout out to Collective Motherfucking Effort for hosting us season 2. And us having to unfortunately abruptly leave because of COVID and things like that. But shout out to Collective Effort. Shout out to Patrick. Shout out to Sean Moore, More Than Vision, for holding us down and working behind the scenes. We miss you. We appreciate you, and just know that Deshaun is going to join the show at some point. But as we were talking about sponsorships, because we used to shout out More Than Vision all the time and Collective Effort all the time. I want to go ahead and shout out our first sponsor, which we know is that good old 8 Count Kitchen. All right. Count Kitchen, all right, by yours truly, Chef Jermaine Wright. I was a little young in that video, but we here, all right. So the whole point right now, Chef Jermaine Wright, deliver in-home personal chef services. I don't care if it's a party of 2 all the way to a party of 75. If it goes higher than that, we got to call in the cavalry and my team. All right, we make memorable moments. I'm chefing it up in kitchens all over the greater New York City area in the Capital District. But I could get flued out too if you got it. So we travel. We have passports. We're passport ready and ready to go for whatever it is that you need. All right. We know that we're in COVID and we're taking a lot of precautions, especially those who have kids and things like that. You don't want to go out and take the risk. Guess what? Obviously, I have a very strict COVID policy in my contracts. But just know that you will have peace of mind. You'll be safe. I'll be safe. We, keep our distance. And I'm gonna serve you the best goddamn experience you ever had in your life when it came to a person chef cooking for you. All right. But I hear we got another sponsor.
Yes, sir. So if you know, I'm that's Diddy Cole, whatever you want to add to Diddy, that's me. And I am a part of Cups and Convos. So if you know about Cups and Convos, if you've been to a game night, we have massive game nights. We've had records of 700 people in one game night at a time, all love, all fun. Paul Hill right here, one of the top tier. Right, if there's a Mount Rushmore of Cups and Convos, he is definitely on the Mount Rushmore. You dig? Biggest game nights in the world, but unfortunately, COVID shut us down. We can't have game nights, but we have a gender relations web series, the biggest and number one in the whole U.S. No one gives gender relation love like us. No one gives authentic feedback from everyday civilians like us. And no one bridges the gap between all millennial, all creatives and everything of that sort. So I'm going to play a clip of, some of our content. So please subscribe to them, to us on YouTube. Cups and Convos, about to play.
Have you ever done a pop-up on someone that you were dating?
First of all, I've done several.
Yeah, a lot.
I recently did my first pop-up, yes.
Definitely. Done a bunch of them.
At his job one time, because I'm like, where you at? Not picking up your phone. So I'm gonna pop the fuck up.
I shows up and I shows out. But my mom always told me not to go to nobody's house uninvited. So I never go inside, but you will come the fuck up about your shit.
If I gotta do a pop-up on you, that means I don't trust you. And if I don't trust you, I don't need to be with you.
I don't like people doing that to me. So I don't want to teach you that I can pop up on you and then you try to pop up on me, you might get a surprise.
He has no idea how I got there.
I knock on windows. I go to the basement door, go to the front door.
I'm not crazy, don't.
Drop some flowers off, make it seem like you're not watching her.
I did, I ain't gonna lie. Drunk few pop-ups, yeah.
I should have, because you know what? Motherfuckers be trying to play, yo.
So once again, Cups and Convos, like the questions be outrageous. The questions be hilarious. I love it too. The best part about it is really an authentic reaction. You do not know what we're going to ask you. You do not know anything. It's just sit in the chair, shut up, drink your liquor. That's it. And the reactions we get back, people be like, and we catch it all on camera. So it's amazing. Make sure you subscribe and watch Cups and Convos. And once this COVID is over, game nights is going to be nuts.
Best game nights ever. Let me just tell y'all real quick. So if y'all are interested in anything that we just did, right? If y'all are interested in being a sponsor, we want to get your brand on air. All right. So do me a favor and screenshot this right now because it's going to disappear shortly. We want to get your brand on air. So let's put your product, your brand, or business in front of our audience. All right. DM us at Gourmet Foreplay. DM us or email us at gourmetforeplay@gmail.com. We have sponsorship packages available for large and small size brands and businesses. Packages are customized to fit your budget, and that's just point blank on period. All right. We know that we're in COVID. We're going to go ahead and spread the word, share the wealth, and make sure that people see you and people are engaged with you. And like I said before, we get on average on the low end about 800 views per week from per episode. And on the high end, we've seen it go to 2,200, but probably more realistically, we got a good 1,400, 1,200, et cetera. So when we have products, when we have brands, when we have businesses, you want to get that in front of people. What better way than for us to promote your product? It can be in the form of a commercial like you just saw. It can be in the form of a video. You can have it at the bottom of the ticker for a certain portion of the show. So we have so many different ways to customize it to fit your budget. So we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. If you're interested in sponsorships, hit us up. And we are here to deliver all that information. Nobody can sell nothing like we can. We sell salts and slugs, baby.
Yeah, we know mad people.
And brands. But anyway, we're not going to get there and use my own clout. All right. So that being said, all right, let's go ahead and move to our good old entrees. But before we do that, let's go ahead and let's see. Shirley in all black though. Tell her my twin said hi. I am done. Tahir also said I'm definitely down to that. Laugh my ass off. And we have Karen Wolf, who is still going ahead and telling people, which we appreciate. Daisy said love it. The Villa girl said, I've seen these clips on IG, so hilarious and real. We're glad that
make sure you subscribe. They are hilarious. There's so many different forms. We have 3-on-3s. We have on the moves where we go out in the public. We have these confessionals. We subscribe and tell your friends, tell a friend to tell a friend, and we could all be friends.
So Ty, Joe Biden is up next. Let's go ahead and get started with our entrees. All right, so this is our entree. All right, we're getting ready with our entrees. And the first thing, we can't go without really talking about the fact that we have to talk about this. We've been going for a little while, but I've been so excited to talk about this from the jump, because in season 1, was it season 1? That's season 1,
yo.
Season 1. We talked about, so this is when we were during the Democratic debates or whatever the case is, and we had all of the 30, it wasn't 30, it was like 23 or 24, something crazy, because they just kept adding, but all of the presidential candidates, not cannabis and candidates put together, but candidates.
I know, I'm like, okay.
Right. Candidates. And what happened was, we know that Kamala Harris was one, and Joe Biden was the other. And I think we figured that because of, I'll say clout, but really because Joe Biden was a fairly decent vice president for the United States of America during Obama's administration. And we know that Kamala Harris she has an interesting track record with her being a prosecutor, but we know that it's monumental and historic for her to be the first Black female president or vice president. Well, first of all, presidential nominee, or not, excuse me, let me not say nominee, presidential candidate, and then to be the vice president nominee, right, for the U.S. All right. So real quick before we do that, Simone said, "Love y'all little commercials. Y'all cute."
Yeah, we trying.
All right. Tahir said, "Cracks knuckles." Oh God, he's ready. He is ready for this, because I've been reading his statuses, and I think I might have liked a couple of people's comments, but I can't wait to get into this debate. Ty, we might even. Well, I'm not gonna promise nothing, but you might. We'll talk. All right. Karen said, mental note, never sit in that chair. Okay.
But the chair's a fun chair. You're not there for that long. It's just it's the hot seat. Like, we put flames on that chair.
All right. So look, long story short, Joe Biden announced his VP pick was Kamala Harris. All right. So we know that obviously it goes down with, it was, long story short, Joe Biden outbeat everybody, and it's really a financial game. It's dependent on the person who has the most money, and you have to raise a certain amount of money to be able to make it to the next round, and the next round, and the next round. We know that we're a communist country; it just is what it is, and everything runs on money. Which is why we have the president lying to us about the coronavirus. But we're not going to go there. We're going to move on. All right. So Joe Biden picked Kamala Harris. Now, before he picked Kamala Harris, everybody knew he had committed publicly that he was going to choose a female candidate. All right. He knew that he was going to choose a female candidate, and then he had pressure from the Black community in general to go ahead and pick a Black female candidate. Now, there was Stacey Abrams. There was so many people who were on that docket, but the person who got it was Kamala Harris, which I thought was a smart move. All right. So before we get into it, let's just talk a little bit about Kamala Harris. All right. Kamala Harris is pretty much she's 55 years old. She is half Jamaican. Her dad is Jamaican, and she is half Indian. Her mom is Indian from India.
Big up yourself.
Big up yourself. Right. Come on. I know we got Jamaicans in the chat. All right. She went to Howard University, which is HBCU, historically Black community, historically Black college or university. All right. She was elected as the Attorney General of California in 2010. She got reelected in 2014. And I just want to know, like, what are y'all's thoughts on Kamala Harris, right? Like, what do we think? Like, I guess the real question is, do y'all think America is ready for a Black vice president? And we're going to make that a social media moment real quick. So is America, not to say vice president, sorry, is America ready for a pretty much like a Biden-Harris administration? And then I want to add something extra to that. Is America ready for a Biden-Harris administration? And then what will that mean for Black and brown girls all over? All right. So again, social media. All right. So again, is America ready for a Biden-Harris administration? And what will that mean for Black and brown girls all over? While you guys think about your 40 seconds, I'm going to go ahead and play a couple of clips that I think will be helpful for you to just kind of understand if you don't know a lot about Kamala Harris or the Biden-Harris kind of campaign ticket. We'll just do that so you guys can get a little idea. And let's just watch that while you guys get your answers together.
All right.
Hi. Sorry to keep you.
That's all right. You ready to go to work?
Oh my God. I'm so ready to go to work. I was raised to take action. My mother knew that she was raising 2 black daughters who would be treated differently because of how they looked. Growing up, whenever I got upset about something, my mother would look me in the eye and ask, "So what are you going to do about it?" That's why, when I saw a broken justice system, I became a lawyer to try and fix it. It's why, during the foreclosure crisis, I took on the big banks as California's Attorney General. It's why, as United States Senator, I have fought to represent people like my mother, people who politicians often overlook or don't take seriously. Right now, America needs action. In the middle of a pandemic, the president is trying to rip away healthcare. While small businesses close, he's given breaks to his wealthy donors. And when the people cried out for support, he tear-gassed them. America is in crisis, and I know Joe Biden will lead us out of it. He's a man of faith, decency, and character. He raised his family that way. I saw it firsthand with my good friend Bo. As Joe says, we're in a battle for the soul of this nation. But together, it's a battle we can win. We just have to take action.
First of all, is the answer yes?
The answer is absolutely yes, Joe, and I am ready to work. I am ready to do this with you, for you. I'm just deeply honored, and I'm very excited.
All right, so that was a lot more than 60 seconds. So
my career.
It's still going. Hold on. All right, that's a lot more than 40 seconds. Excuse me, but let's go ahead. All right, and read the comments. All right, so let's see, real quick. Go ahead.
Tahir says, "I'm iffy on it. I thought this was your spot. You came on here busting through."
Tahir is very anti Biden, so which is interesting to me, considering where we are as a country right now. Because to me, it's like, are you anti-Biden and pro-Trump? Or are you anti-Biden and Kamala Harris and just have to decide? So we'll let him say what he has to say.
But since we're on Tahir, he jumped in and he says she called him out for going against busing, called him basically a racist, then was cool with running with him. She has put mad people in jail for smoking weed when she herself has admitted that she did it. The shit hit different. I don't think she will be a bad VP, but hey. So I got something to say to that.
I got something to say too, but you go first.
All right. So when she was first announced as VP, then the dirt came out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really politically inclined, so she's not. I know she's fine, but I don't really go like dig through the background of every candidate that's going up, right? So granted, when she was going against him, she's going to say everything she needs to say against him to win. You know what I'm saying? It's like playing basketball. You can play basketball with your best friend, but if you're on a championship game and you know his left side is weak, you're going to force him to drive to his left side every single possession just so he can't score and he fumbles or you catch a steal, whatever the case may be, right? That's one thing. I'm gonna leave your comment up there so it can still show. Oh, wrong person, right? Second thing is, because I had a huge debate about this, right? So she put a lot of people in jail for that. And it's unfortunate that we live in a society where, to be honest with you, Black women are at the lowest scale of social class, I think, in every country. Right? I don't even think Africa's back to where it used to be. You know what I'm saying? Black women are at the lowest social class of every single thing. So I kind of feel like it's not okay at all. Trust me, it's not okay at all, because she had the power to reverse it when she became Senate. And we opened those cases. But she's somebody that wanted to, I feel like she's somebody that wanted to stand up and be the same thing of. And honestly speaking, prosecutors go for prosecution rates. You know what I'm saying to you? And any judge, that's just what you do. Any prosecutor, that's just what you do. That's how you, DA, that's just what you do. You have to get your prosecuting rate up So you can then go to firms for more money and then keep bouncing back and forth and build your stature. It's unfortunate that she had to go through that route to get where she is right now. But that's the only thing in my mind that I could even fathom imaginable of the reason why she did that. You know what I'm saying to you? And then how is she going to sit there and reverse all of her wrongdoing while she's Senate? You know, she has the power to do so, but it'll completely make her lose all of her statistics, all of her credentials, and everything will simply be gone. And I think that's the part that people have to look at. You know what I'm saying to you? It sucks that we have to play crooked, but this system and this country is built on crooked shit. You know what I'm saying to you?
Is it?
You got to get it how you get it. And maybe somehow the universe aligned her to be a vice president. Somehow she's still aligned to be nominated.
Well, it's not somehow. It happened.
It is. You know what I'm saying to you? So I feel like hopefully, because she got a lot of melanin in her skin, that she has the compassion that we are all birthed with and the empathy that we're all birthed with. And now is the time for her to correct her wrong. So I'm really hopeful that she does that. But I'm definitely not going to hold her calling him all types of stuff just to beat him in the Democratic debate. You know what I'm saying to you? But I feel what you're saying, and I feel for you, Tahir, to be honest with you. I feel for you.
Ty, what I want to say real quick is you're absolutely right on a lot of things that you said, right? But at the same time, we got to realize that when we are opponents, I won't say enemies, when we are opponents in a Democratic debate, our goal is to win that debate. Our goal is to be memorable. Our goal is to, and that was the presidential, you know what I'm saying? Like that was to be the president, right? That was to take the presidential nominee for the Democratic Party. So I feel like your goal is to battle, right? Your goal, it's a battle. It's a fight. Your goal is to use facts to bring down the other person so that you can be pulled up a little bit. And I feel like, yeah, she called him out for going against busing. She called him pretty much a racist or whatever the case is, in different capacities. So I'll go with that. Pretty much. And she did put a lot of people in jail for smoking weed, according to her record, but no one is perfect. And we know that prosecutors get a bad rep. You know what I'm saying? Because prosecutors, it's just like a war, any war. Each side of the war feels like that they're fighting for the right thing. You know what I'm saying? Americans fighting Al-Qaeda, for example, or Bin Laden or Afghanistan, whatever. We feel like we're doing the right thing to protect our country. They feel like they're doing the right thing to protect their country. Same thing with a debate. They feel like they're doing what they have to do to protect the democracy of the United States. And they feel like what they have to do to, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like we can't really condemn her. I think if Democrats are being smart, regardless of the way that you feel in regards to mental capacity, in regards to ability, in regards to past, if Democrats are being smart, you're not going to not vote. You're going to do everything. I think right now it's first of all, I think the candidates are great candidates. They're not perfect candidates, but they're great candidates. I think that the Biden-Harris administration will do far greater things than the Trump-Pence administration, period, point blank.
I'm sure they'll actually follow the laws.
And will follow the laws and will be compassionate and will be inclusive, period. They're not going to be perfect, but they're going to do what they can. We have you have Trump in office who has never held office, never been in any government position, has never served in the military. And then now you have Biden, who has been the vice president of the United States of America, to the first black president, and now has a black, or of color female vice president. And I think this is monumental and big for history. And I think we need to, yes, pay attention to the past, but we really need to focus on the now and the future and be progressive. And I think that's what it needs to be. We're at war, and this is George Watkins is saying real quick, and I don't mean to skip everybody's comments, but we're at war against white supremacy, and Kamala is great for the job besides Joe. And I agree with that. So I think we got to be a little less, we can go ahead and challenge their thoughts, ideas, opinions, and policies, but we will also have to play to the bigger picture and say, you know what, if we don't want 4 more years of a Trump-Pence administration, then what must we do to employ these people to do their job and step up and do what they have to do? But I don't want to spend too much time on this, but we appreciate you.
I'm going to backtrack a little bit because Don Fons came in. Comments. So what's up, Don Fons? He says 2020 showed me there are multiple Americas depending on your identity. So my reverse cue is, which America we talking? And it's funny because Meek Mill got his own called Two Sides of America. And you know what I'm saying? And it's like, really, what side are we on? And that's just where the cookie crumbles.
I'm on the side that loves. I'm on the side of America that loves. I'm on the side of America that supports. I'm on the side of America that is inclusive. I'm on the side of America that wants everybody to win. I'm on the side of America that wants reparations for Black and brown people who have created a country off of the free back of their ancestors. I want an America that praises women. I want America that praises feminist ideals and values, not prioritizes, not takes over everything else, but that really gives it thought and process and considers it. I want an America that loves Black and brown children the same way they love white and not Black and brown children. I want an America that is amazing. That's what I want America to be. You know what I'm saying?
I just want everybody to give each other a hug. I want us to be able to walk down the street and feel safe and feel comfortable.
I agree.
Enough. I want us to show love, give love, spread love, receive love,
and repeat.
You know what I'm saying? So George Watkins jumps in and he says, Biden has White House experience and Kamala is a strong, competent woman of color. They will do great. Appreciate that. Scroll down. Adeze says, listen, I have a bone to pick with Harris. Frankly, I don't care for identity politics because we saw how that didn't matter with Obama. I only care about the current policies. Amen. Funny thing is, though, I learned a lot of things about bills. Most bills that hit the agenda of the Congress has like 53 clause or like 40 something clause. So you do have to kind of pick what's better, but they always come with something bad, which is unfortunate.
Exactly. I'm about to say, so one thing is, one of my first jobs before I graduated, I was an intern, interning for the legislative and political action legislative department of DC 37. One of the things I learned doing that is I have to sit on bills, Senate committees, Senate hearings, press conferences, stay till 2 a.m., et cetera, et cetera. And one of the things I learned is that, every policy, every bill, every law, every whatever doesn't just come black and white. It's very convoluted. You have to take some so a bill might say, I'm making this up completely. Don't take this and run with it. And shout out to the 16 plus people watching. It's been between 28 to 24 to 17 to 33. So shout out to everybody on every platform joining in. I know you can only see the views on your platform, but we have it congregated here. So shout out to y'all for joining in. Anyway, so every policy and every law goes through a lot, and it has to be written in a way that not satisfies both parties, but has a give and take. And she may have said yes to a couple of policies and laws that may not be in favor in full for Democrats, but at the same time, or for whoever you're voting for, but at the same time, there were other things in those policies also that impacted us and will impact us properly. And the other thing I want to say too is, while she may have put a lot of people in jail for weed or whatever the case is, in the same token, she also has been the front runner for criminal justice reform. And I think that's something that can't be, we can't go without acknowledging that. So I want to do that, but I don't want to spend too much time on that. Moving on. I think America is ready for change. The administration must be held accountable for the plunge forward. I think it's much more possible to get them to do what we want versus Trump. I'm not satisfied with the options we have to vote for, but it's possible to have a dual opinion about it. Let me read that one more time for the people in the back, which is me. I think America's ready for the change. The administration must be held accountable for the plunge forward. I think it's much more possible to get them to do what we want. Okay, I agree. I understand. I agree. I understand. I think that, so pretty much you're saying that the Biden and Harris administration is not perfect, but it's better for us, and it's easier. It will be easier for them to vote in our favor, do in our favor versus the current administration. I agree. You want to read the next? Ness?
Yes, the Villa Girl says, the dirt was always there. She's been heavily criticized for her actions, but I think she's come a long way, and making her accountable can inspire change. We got to remember, Kamala Harris had a boss.
That's true.
I'm quite sure her boss didn't look like her if you are head top attorney general of a state.
That's true.
You get what I'm saying? We got to understand. We got to do we really have to go to work and do what our bosses want us to do. Just like players on any team have to go out there and do whatever the coach wants us to do. You know what I'm saying? So we got to also remember that. So, yeah.
Let's get it back to Ty real quick. I don't fucks with Trump and I don't fucks with Biden, because for someone like me who wants healthcare for all, livable minimum wage, and an agenda that works to heal the Black community, specifically defund the police, neither of them, Trump or Biden, ain't fucking with none of these things. I think, but this goes back to Simone's comment. I think Simone said, hey, granted, I don't have a, while there may be reasons for multiple things, we know that a Biden-Harris administration will probably work more towards us or be more persuaded. Like we'll have a bigger impact. They'll have a bigger impact on us than the Trump administration will. So that will be my response to that. And I understand where you're coming from. I agree the administration as a whole would be better, which is why people should vote for Biden, but not because of who he is or who Kamala is. I agree, but I also think you can't vote for them without saying who they are and who they aren't, and without talking about their experience. But I get what you're saying. Oh, we're still going. Okay, hold on. It's legit one white racist versus another white racist.
So,
there's one white blatant racist, okay? One white blatant racist who is a misogynist, who is racist, who has issues with Islamic people, who has transphobia, who
male chauvinist
who wanted to remove rights from LGBTQ people in the military, who wanted to, who said Black people, African Americans, what do you have to lose? Who said that the Mexicans are rapists. This is somebody who's blatantly like that. We're talking about Biden, who, in my humble opinion, has had a history that shows, yes, maybe he has been a part of some things that in the past or in the 90s that would not add up to where we are right now. However, people change and people grow. Trump is not someone who's changed or grown. I think Biden is.
So long story short, there's levels to racism.
Correct.
And we consider, I'm sure I've met plenty of racists and I didn't know they were racist, or I caught a vibe, I'm like, but you never felt physically unsafe. And then there are racists that you don't feel physically safe around. So there's levels to this. You dig? It's unfortunate.
So let's go ahead, because we spent lots of time on this. Let's go ahead and move down to the next thing. So shout out to everybody who commented, who spoke, who added. We appreciate y'all, but being respectful of time, and we're over where we want to be already. Let's go ahead and go to the next entree. All right.
So the next thing we're going to talk about, and it's outrageous. We're going to pretty much talk about the fact that 39 children were found in Georgia who were missing. And it's not getting enough airwaves as it should. You know what I'm saying? We're hearing about all these controversies. We're hearing about the sports. Granted, we are hearing about Black Lives Matter, and Black lives always matter. But we're not hearing about the babies of this country, the babies who are going to be the future of this country, who, if they are harmed, if babies are harmed, the world is doomed because they're going to grow up with these traumas. You know what I'm saying to you? So 39 kids was found in Georgia who had been missing, and there is plus more. But I'm getting to the plus more after I play this clip. So let me play this clip for y'all. I'm gonna make it big for y'all. Oh no, it was big.
Message. Vincent? First, that's right. Authorities say that parents need to know with the coronavirus pandemic, children are spending more time online and human trafficking is up. 39 children located and safe after an operation led by the U.S. Marshals in Georgia.
First of all, it's great news, but it's also deeply disturbing that this can still happen.
Founder of Justice for Children and former Harris County Chief Prosecutor Randy Burton.
Happening in Houston? Oh, without a doubt. I mean, as a matter of fact, we're considered one of the largest hubs.
And he's sounding the alarm for parents. He says they need to monitor their children's activity online to prevent human trafficking.
We've actually had a 19% increase in human trafficking cases of children here in my agency.
Precinct 1 Constable Alan Rosen says, due to the coronavirus pandemic, children are spending more time online, which is a predator's paradise.
If a parent finds something suspicious, what action should they take?
Well, first of all, they should try to document everything, and if it does rise to the level of potential criminality, contact law enforcement.
And he says parents need to vet who their children are spending time with, as well as keep an open line of communication.
They have to be engaged. They have to have that talk with their children.
All right, so I'm going to stop that right there, right? So that just goes to so we've been knew that, like, even since MySpace days. I remember growing up on MySpace, and it was just
MySpace like it's crazy. That's high school, bro.
And my dad was completely against MySpace. And he would bust in my room to know who I'm talking to. but I wasn't crazy. Like
I used to love putting new music on my profile. Buddy was on mine. My buddy. No, my fault. That's the wrong song. Damn. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Would you mind if I was your B-U-D-D-Y?
Hey, there we go.
Give it a
Come
try.
on, human DJ.
You feel me? It's what I do. But not as a serious matter, though.
Wait, I said Skonex. Remember Skonex?
Yes. I remember Skonex.
Anyway, go ahead.
I remember when the digital world was going up, my father and even AIM, my dad was really like.
Remember away messages?
Yes, and my dad.
That's the pool 11. That was your AIM. That was your screen name. Get me out. I'm done.
My family called me Nessa Pool, so it's all Gucci. I ain't too shy for it. Yeah, my first name was Nessa Pool 11. But like even back then on my Nessa Pool 11, my dad was really like, "Don't be crazy. Don't talk to no strangers. You'll get kidnapped. You'll get raped. You'll die. You're gone. You'll go away from us." Like that's how my dad is wildly dramatic. Understand that, right? So now that first of all, we are millennials. Yeah. And the people they say, "Yo, Skonex, we're millennials," and the kids underneath us, they were born into technology. Like I'm talking about, I seen a 2-year-old know how to navigate YouTube, and they can read what they need to read. Right?
It's like a part of evolution. They just know. They're born knowing.
They know.
Oh no, those are different. Mm-hmm.
And then the gaming systems you have online, you can talk to people you don't know. So it's very, very scary out here. But the big point of the matter is, even though 39 children who were missing were found in Georgia, overall 72 kids were found across 4 states. 3 of them was the biggest one. So I'm gonna bring that back to you, right? So in Indiana, there was Operation Homecoming, where the U.S. Marshals were on an operation to retrieve back kids. They were able to find 8 kids between the ages of 6 to 17. I said 6 to 17.
That's absolutely nuts and disgusting. And I'm yikes.
I'm saying, yes, 6 to 17, right? Then in Ohio, there was Operation Safety Net, where the U.S. Marshals were like going hard and like trying to get these kids back. And 25 were rescued in Ohio. However, even though 25 of them were rescued in Ohio, 200 of them are out there. Only 25 out of 200 kids were found. To me, that's crazy, right?
That's a lot. That's a big difference.
So in Ohio, after all the kidnappings and all stuff like that, one in every found kid or missing kid is a victim to sex trafficking. These are babies, right? Mm-hmm. And on top of that, they had Operation Not Forgotten in Georgia, where they were able to recover 39 kids, but they were between the ages of 13 to 17. So I'm talking about kids getting kidnapped or running away and ended up in the wrong hands between the ages of 13 to 17. That's puberty.
Can I share something real quick?
Yes.
So I was dating this. Well, I won't say dating. That's a bit of a stretch. But I was talking to this girl in college. Yes, I said talking to this girl in college. And she lived right across the hall from me. I know I gotta throw jokes all the time. She lived right across from me. And I don't want to. I feel like I said her name in season 1 maybe, but long story short, she just stopped showing up to like school and didn't live across from me anymore. Come to find out, she was held up in court at University of Albany. She was found in court at Port Authority for being a person who human traffics women. She was a part of the whole scandal, and I had to think like, damn, what the fuck?
The girl you were talking to?
I was talking to across the hall from me in Onondaga at SUNY Albany on Colonial Quad, bro.
That's nuts.
Like, it's so close to home. So I feel like, yes, that's human trafficking, sex trafficking, but I feel like the kids thing is crazy. Did you hear about the whole thing? Did you see the videos with the woman? So long story short, there's this service where this girl, this woman, or whatever the case is, goes ahead and they play these child personas. They, they bait these men who are pedophiles, and then they pretty much confront them in person on camera, holding the camera up and saying like, "Hey, what's your name? Hey, are you Joel Samuels?" "Yeah, I am." "Hey, what are you doing here?" "Oh, just waiting for a friend." "Oh, is your friend a 13-year-old girl named Samantha who you've been texting for the last 3 days, who you're trying to meet up to have sex with?" "Because I'm Samantha." Like, it's crazy.
I know about that. So
it's crazy.
It's getting outrageous out here, right? But however, in Georgia, 26,
Oh yes, Indian Quad, not Colonial Quad. Thank you, Katrina. But yes, that no. I'm sorry. Sorry, y'all. It was not on Onondaga on Indian. It was wherever I lived on Colonial. I forgot where I lived, but it was that. So thank you for that.
Got you. But 26,
bro, she would have kidnapped you. I am done.
She would have.
And yes, the video when the woman played. Yes, exactly. But go ahead.
Got you. Right. So 26 arrest warrants were made in Georgia, but this is the bigger problem here, right? So
no, I don't miss her. And no, I didn't ever suspect that. No, I didn't.
Right. But 421,000 kids in the entire U.S. are missing.
How many?
421,000 kids are missing in the U.S. You know what I'm saying to you? And 91% of it are 91% of them are considered endangered runaways, and 1/6 of that number is considered to be like they become sex trafficked, like sexual traffic. But it's no way in hell. I don't think 421,000 kids is gonna run away. Yeah. I don't think 300,000 kids is gonna run away.
I mean, life be hard and struggling, but I'm sure it's a lot more to the runaway. And if they ran away, maybe they ran away initially, and maybe they got taken after that. But I'm sure not everybody ran away.
But most kids, when they run away and they kind of found. It's different than kidnapping. Kidnappings, you may not.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Absolutely right.
If your kid run away,
I ran away for like a couple of hours and I came right back.
Pussy.
He said pussy. That's crazy. Where's my mama at? Because she was watching.
You know what I'm saying to you? But we got an even bigger issue, and I'm about to share the screen because in California, there's a Senate bill called 145, and they are bugging out right now on this Senate bill. Let me play this show this Senate bill for you.
We gotta call the governor.
Right now, I don't care what state you live in. You better call this number and tell them to veto Senate Bill 145, right? So pretty much in California, on August 31st, 2020, right? SB 145 was passed, and this proposed the law would reduce the penalties for sex offenders who commit certain sex crimes against children. Also, crimes that fall under the provision include non-forcible oral copulation with a minor, non-forcible sodomy, y'all, with a minor, and non-forcible sexual penetration with a minor. I mean, let me run that back for you. That pretty much means that if the kid is not crying, saying no, that means it's okay, right? And also, last clause of the daggone bill is individuals who commit these crimes would not be required to register as a sex offender if, at the time of the offense, the person is not more than 10 years older than the child. So let me stop this share.
Let's go, please.
Let me just make this clear to you what the U.S. is coming to. The fact that this bill is even on a damn table, meaning that, first of all, kids don't know any better. Kids are
especially the ages you were talking about, especially those ages. Yo, that is absolutely nuts.
Kids are by far children. Babies. I still call my niece and nephew babies, and they are 14 and 12. You know what I'm saying? Babies are so curious about anything in life. Unless it's something that they're traumatically fearful of, they're going to try it. And that's point blank, period. So you mean to tell me a 19-year-old who's had puberty, caught plenty body since they was like 14, 15, can sit there and lure a 10-year-old who has a crush on 10-year-olds are going to have crushes on 19-year-olds. That's just point blank, period. Right?
I had a lot of crushes when I was young on older women.
Right. So a 19-year-old could technically say to a 10-year-old, yeah, you could come in this room. Mind you, 10-year-olds are not competent. In any legal law case, if you're not competent, competent to understand the severity of the crime that you've done, you can't be held accountable for it.
Yeah.
Right? So these kids should not be held accountable if they're curious about things in a non-forcible manner to do anything with someone who knows better and who is competent. So you mean to tell me a 19-year-old can have sex with a 10-year-old and it's okay? And as long as the 10-year-old did not say, no, please stop, as long as they did not get forced to do so, it's.
I'm not gonna hold you. I can't hear this anymore.
If you go to,
I can't hear this anymore. I'm being very honest. I can't.
People could give incentives. I'm saying like people could give you a toy. People could buy you a little electronic Lamborghini. People could give you a ticket to damn near Six Flags. Like these are stuff that are on the bills that we need to pay attention to, people. And even if you're not a resident of California, I really hope that you call this number. And the number is 916-445-2841. Once again, 916-445-2841. You can text that number and have them veto it because this makes no sense.
It's really hard for me to listen
And
to
with
this.
everything uncovering, I'm not going to say too much, with everything uncovering, the most powerful people in the world and the most powerful people in the US have been caught up in child pedophilia. And we need to literally stand up for these children because these children are the future of the world. These children are innocent beings. And if these children are traumatized like this in this way, this land will become evil. So
all right,
that's kind of scary and that's kind of damn near sad.
Please.
Any comments?
I can't. I think I have a sensitive spot when it comes to.
But you know what? Growth happens in the moments of uncomfortability, and we are.
That's feeling discomfort. You're right. You're right.
We have to, you know what I'm saying? We have to put it out there. Y'all need to know about this. This is nuts.
You're right.
Anybody? Okay, Tahir was there. Mo Def said, y'all seen the show on Netflix about the man who was allowed by the girl's parents to rape and molest their daughter for years? No. But I did hear about a couple. There's plenty couples. So the children who are recovered, some of their parents sold them into sex trafficking. And that's why they were quote unquote missing. So that's outrageous. You know, those people don't deserve kids. So said, go ahead. What you about to say?
Nah, I was just gonna say like, well, go ahead, read the comments. But I'm just ready to move on to dessert because this topic does not. It's just very uncomfortable for me.
It's uncomfortable. I know. It's wild.
Like, I want kids soonish. I have nephews. I have nieces. I have, and I could never.
And what I would say to you all, you know, people with kids, we are of that age. Be careful. You know what I'm saying? And be alert. Mo Def said, so they are saying children can give consent. Yes, they are saying children could give consent, although the legal age of sexual consent is 17. I repeat that again. They are saying children can give consent, although the legal age of sexual consent is 17. Adeze says, because these people in power are pedos, and yes, and they're trying to keep their stature. They're not trying to all burn down because some of them are burning down right about now, and they're trying to cover it up and change laws so that by the time they quote unquote get indicted, the laws would have been changed. Once again, when we say vote, we mean vote.
Facts.
This can be reversed by November in that first 100 days. We need to go vote. Is not of the better evils or the worst evils. We need to put our hands in people with compassion. Tahir says that's Cali though, which is nuts. And understand this, Cali was the first state to ever. I think I take that back. I think Cali was the first state to legalize marijuana. We are even in like psychologically, when you see somebody else get away with something and you want to do it, you're gonna try to do it too. So if Cali gets away with it, Idaho's gonna get away with it. Ohio's gonna get away with it. New York's gonna get away with it. We have the richest people in the US, most of them live in New York. You know what I'm saying to you? New York City to be exact. So we have to stop this from now so nobody can even think about getting away with this shit.
Ness.
Tahir, what?
Can we just move on?
You got responses.
I put the comments up, and we while you were talking, can we please
Okay.
Please. This is a lot. I have a soft. All right. So my soft spot in life is for elderly and children. And
What about doggies?
I'm sorry?
What about puppies?
Puppies and babies not included. What?
Puppies, babies, and old people? That just seems like the whole...
That's your shit. Don't try to make your thing mine. My thing is I have a soft spot for children and elderly, and this is just too much, and I don't want to. I just can't right now. Thank you. Hold up. Let's real quick. Thank you, Tati, for letting me know that it's okay. I appreciate you. Thank you for letting me know it is scary stuff, because it is. And shout outs to the Vila girl wanting the dessert because she's been waiting. Let's get
Jermaine is just like this. He do this all the time. If he get one person to agree, okay.
I don't do it.
It could be 20 motherfuckers versus 3 people, and Jermaine would be like, well, so said they want to do it too.
I thought we weren't doing this season. I thought I was expecting you and you was expecting me.
You started with the promos.
I'm putting on the dessert.
But I just want to inform y'all, tell a word. Yes, Nessa, puppies. Thank you, Mo. Ooh, that dessert look nice.
All right, so dessert. All right, so today our dessert is gonna be very, very, very specific to what's been going on. All right, so for those of you who are new to the show, dessert is that time where we really let loose, we have fun, we talk about things that's a little more sweet, maybe they're a little sexual, maybe they're a different vibe, and we want y'all to get uncomfortable. And we know that talking about sex is a taboo, but we are gourmet foreplay. We can't have foreplay, not goreplay. We can't have foreplay in our title and not talk about things that are sexual. So let's go ahead and talk about things that are sexual, but for the culture and that are of important information. All right. So
and I see a comment, Tahir. I see it.
Facts. So that said, all right. My question is, now do me a favor and show some love. Tap the heart. Put up a thumbs up if you have heard the song WAP. All right. WAP.
This wet ass.
Wet and Gushy is the clean version. Wet and Gushy, which it should be called WAG, but that was stupid. But I whatever they had to do. All right. So if you have heard WAP, WAP is a song by Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion. If you are unfamiliar with Cardi B, we talked about her earlier. But again, Cardi B is from the Bronx. She made her a debut on Love and Hip Hop. She's known for just speaking how it is. She was a stripper at Sue's Rendezvous in the city, and she's been doing her thing. All right. So, and if you don't know Megan Thee Stallion came up, got her fame, I want to say about a year and change ago, where she really hit the map. Started doing amazing things. The cool thing about her and her brand was that she was a college student in the daytime, but a hip hop artist at night. Full on, just body and sexuality and not really caring. All right. So let's go ahead, and Tahir says,
my bad.
Tahir says, you mean the #1 song in the nation? Word. The Vila girl puts up the emoji. Tahir says BX stand up. Shout out to BX, but shout out to Queen, Southside Jamaica all day. All right. Or Northside, Ness. We got you on Northside. Tahir said I smoked with her at Sue's with the homies. She's cool as fuck. All right. Shout out to you smoking with her at Sue's. I didn't have the opportunity, nor did I. I think I've been to Sue's like once. But anyway.
It's cool.
Is it? Oh no, I'm thinking about Sin City. I've never been to Sue's Rendezvous. I've been to Sin City though. Mo Def said, get your boots and your coat for this WAP. Okay. All right. So what we want to talk about. Okay. Let's talk about it. So dessert is the time for us to really let our hair down. I don't have hair, so don't shade me, but let our hair down, chill out, talk about it, and let's just make talking about sex and all these things normal. All right. So WAP stands for, what does WAP stand for, Ness?
Wet ass pussy.
What does WAP stand for?
You're funny. You're funny. It stands for wet ass pussy. You're funny. Wow.
Why you saying like that though? Why you like? Yeah. Hold on. This you like? Yeah. WAP stand for wet ass pussy. Yo, why you doing that?
Yo, you're out of control.
Yo, Katrina Beam is dying. I cannot.
Jermaine is dramatic. He be
I'm
fronting.
not dramatic. I'm
You
truthful.
be fronting, bro.
All right, so long story short, we just want to talk. All right, so the thing about it is, if y'all don't know, right, WAP is one of the number ones on the Billboard. Katrina Beeman says, "Say it with your chest, Ness." All right, so WAP.
Yes, that pussy.
There we go. So WAP is number one on the charts pretty much for a while now, and it's been getting a lot of flack and a lot of controversy around the song, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, the long story short version is a controversy. Like, critics are saying a lot about it, saying that it's distasteful, saying that it's inappropriate for kids, which the response to that is, well, it's not a kid song. It's degrading to women. You know, it's ridiculous that women are talking about the female genitalia, and how dare you bring that up to the forefront, all right? So that's been the criticism and the controversy around WAP. Now, what I want to do real quick for those of us who aren't familiar, I know we said we wouldn't play mainstream music, but we're not playing this to advertise it. We're playing it because it is a part of the conversation, all right? And Daisy, it looks like you are responding, but we got a social media moment, I'm sure, coming up for you, all right? So you get extra time to put your comment out. But what I want to show you guys real quick is just the lyrics. And I want us to go through the lyrics a little bit and talk about it. And I'm going to ask a very, very direct question as soon as we do so, all right? So let's go ahead and let's take a look at the lyrics of WAP.
I said certified free, 7 days a week, wet ass pussy, make that pull out game weak.
Parental advisory is advised.
So at the beginning of the show, if he was here for it.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
You're annoying.
Beat it up, nigga, catch a charge. Extra large and extra hard. Put
Oh.
this pussy right in your face. Swipe your nose like a credit card.
Oh.
Hop on top, I wanna ride. I do a giggle, what is inside? Spit in my mouth, look in my eyes.
Oh.
Pussy is wet, come take a dive. Tie me up like I'm surprised.
Offset is bugging, man. Listen.
Big Mac truck.
Right in the little garage. Okay. This is my first time really, outside of preparing for the show, reading the lyrics. But let me tell you how. All right, this is Megan Thee Stallion. All right, so that was.
Ask for a card. Like, I never watched the lyrics though.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, we hear the song, but we never watched the lyrics.
I heard. Yeah, that's funny. Ask for a card.
Yo.
Wow, one.
All right, so what I want to do is real quick. I want to have a real quick social media moment, all right? Because this has been getting a lot of, like I said, criticism and flack. You know what I'm saying? We have certain people who feel like it's very empowering. We have certain people who feel like it is the exact opposite, all right? So our social media moment, all right? Let's go ahead and get that started, and then we will go ahead and read that question to y'all because it's really, really important to discuss, and I'm so intrigued to hear what I got to. All right, so our social media moment is simple. All right, the social media speak English. Social media moment is this. All right. Oh, wrong thing. All right. Is WAP? What does WAP stand for, Nessa?
Wet ass pussy.
But if it's the radio version, it's wet and gushy. All right. So is
Wet
WAP
and
an
gushy.
example of degradation and sexual exploitation, or is it a demonstration of feminine expression and sexual empowerment? All right. Woo. Let's let that rock. All right. Let's because I use all my big SAT words for this question. All right.
I'm about to say I ain't do good on the SATs, but I'm like, it's a
I think I got like 13. Anyway. All right. Is WAP an example of the degradation of sexual exploitation, or is it a demonstration of feminine expression and sexual empowerment? All right. And the reason we got to ask it like this is because, you know, we have feminists who think certain ways, and, you know, think about when it comes to Kanye West's ex-girlfriend. What's her name with the bald head, Ness?
Amber Rose.
Amber Rose, all right? Who was all about sex positivity. She did the slut walk to really remove the whole idea and the stigma around expressing your sexuality, you know, to remove the whole, to address rape culture, you know, because there's a lot of things that say, hey, if you were dressed a certain way, then you're asking to be raped. Well, why is that the case? Why isn't it just, I'm a woman, I've never been a woman, but why isn't it just, I'm a woman who wants to wear what I want to wear, and I want to feel sexy, and I want to feel great for the club or wherever I'm going, you know what I mean? So there's a lot of that. But then there's also the other side that's like, yo, this is degrading. How dare you go ahead and rap about where you want it and how you want it, and so explicitly and all of this stuff. Like, how dare you, you know? So I really want to ask that question again. You guys have 40 seconds. In this time, we're going to go ahead and play something off of our local artist playlist. I have a recommendation. Can we play, since we're in the dessert, can we play Frisky by Mike Mitch?
Okay. I was gonna play a little Lizzo song. I got you.
Oh, what's on with Lizzo?
Nah, we get the next episode.
No, Lizzo's not local.
No, somebody I know named Sha Summers. He got a nasty song about Lizzo.
Ah, got you. All right, so you guys have 40 seconds, even though you have more than 40 seconds because we had this scrolling for a little while. But again, is WAP an example of degradation and sexual exploitation? Why can't I read? Little.
So can I read it then? Since I got it.
Go ahead. Since you can say
what. Is WAP an example of?
Not can I read it because you're lit and then you can't read it.
Degradation. What?
Let's go for
and
that.
Sexual exploitation, or is it a demonstration of feminine expression and sexual empowerment?
Can we get that track playing, please?
Copy.
You guys have about 30 seconds left. Shout out to the 12 people still with us.
Like that, I don't get no hickeys. She tastes the chocolate, she loves when she lick me. This is no drill, but I love when she tip me. She listens, my missus.
Oh snap! Who's this?
That's Mike Mick.
I'm off to write him in the comments.
The artist from Harlem, New York.
Look at her, she looks at me, it's just stiffy. And give me back when we rolled up the sticky. Now I'm so high cause we smoke like a chimney. Not ready to die, I don't want what the grim reap. She say I'm fly, but my closet feels empty. I know I'm different, I know God has hit me. Count up
25 seconds left.
So quickly. And look so icy, the rigid is shivery. I bring the dick to her door like delivery.
Wow.
We get to Badu, I trip till I'm dizzy. She say I'm wet and I say, is you share me? I told her, let me see. She said, come near me. I speak too low, so I don't think she hear me. I hope
So this song is Frisky.
I need the pussy like Pisces need Aries. Matter of minutes when I show her clearly. When she dip it low, see me
15 seconds left, y'all.
Down low just to bring it up top. She calling me daddy, I tell her don't stop. I sent her the Addy, she came in the Uber. Pussy so wet, I dive in it like scuba. Keep it down low just to bring it up top.
Okay. Let's get it, Mike.
She fuck with no rubbers, I call her Miss Risky. I risk it all when she makes me feel risky.
Keep it down low and she picks it up. So, all right, we got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's go ahead and start to discuss. All right, so I will go ahead and start with the first comment. Ness, you can go ahead and take it right after that. All right, we can go ahead and bounce off. All right, so let's go. Oh wait, let's see. There's other ones. So I'm gonna read some of the ones that came above it, and then we'll start it alternating after we get below the question. All right, does that work?
Mm-hmm.
She's like, I don't know what you mean. All right, perfect.
I don't know. I'm just.
All right. I absolutely love women owning their sexuality, but I still refuse to watch that music video. Damn, we should have played the music video. The critics got DAP. What's DAP?
Dry.
Dry ass pussy. I am done.
No, they do.
Adata said, I love it. Mo Def is clapping her hands. The Vila girl says it's a really catchy song. Love it. And now here we go with the comments. I'm gonna read the first and you can take it from here. Oh, go ahead. You can take that.
All right, so Tahir says, I hate the
hypocrisy. You're doing well.
I'm sorry,
You're doing great.
I'm sorry.
You're doing great.
I hate the hypocrisy men made, the Whisper song, Doodoo Brown,
Facts.
Splash Waterfalls, Work by David Banner,
Facts.
from the Window to the Wall song,
Facts.
Tip Drill, and that's just the top
Facts.
of my head, to be frank. All the people who hate and are haters, point blank period. Facts. I'm sorry, I should have put this third one. All right, so Vila says, I don't know about empowering, laugh at myself, but definitely entertaining. Okay. I appreciate your response. At least it's entertaining. It's the least bit.
I appreciate Ty's response and her response. Mm-hmm.
Facts. George Watkins says, no way is it sexual exploitation. It's a bedroom hip hop song.
Facts.
it's no different than explicit R&B songs.
I remember Maxwell's song where he was naked. Please.
First of all, I'm not forget it.
All right.
Let me see. Mo Def says it's an example of feminine expression and sexual empowerment. And the only people who have an issue with it are men with unwashed. Oh God.
I'm dying. I am dying. Get me out.
With unwashed balls and pick me women. If a woman wants to talk about her vagina, breasts, etc., it's the power she has because she has those things. That's her right. The song makes me feel amazing. Sorry to the people bothered. I don't know then. Shrug. Right? The Vila girl says, definitely the latter. It's great feminine expression. They did it because they could. If y'all ever listen to dancehall music, the male artists sing about their allegedly large genitalia. People eat it up. Long story short, y'all, there's a southern song.
And figuratively, they eat it up. Go ahead.
There's a song, I forgot the title of it, but pretty much it goes like this. A long dick of like, a long dick of like, it's a southern song and it's like, it blew up. We're up in New York, so like the down south hears it, but it's outrageous. It's just like, damn. Daisy say laugh massive for unwashed balls. Tati says, I feel like WAP has its place. The degradation or degradation, whatever that shit is, of women in the industry.
I've never seen you so defeated by a word on the show.
I've never been defeated by a word like that.
You good at math though, so we'll add some shit next time. Go ahead.
Exactly. You funny. I'm not a fan. I can see how this song is empowering though. Sometimes you gotta let these fellas know how we want it and what they're getting into. Okay. A day that's a laughing ass affects unwashed balls. The Villa girls laughing. Mo, you got them cracking up. That was funny though. The unwashed balls. I'm done with y'all.
Y'all see the church's rendition of WAP, worship and praise? No, tell me this is not like Kanye West's thing because I'm out.
Nah, they do. They got mad of them though. They got mad of them. But I like it though. You know why I like it? Because I feel like
this is that Kanye West. Thing. This is that Kanye West church service. I feel like where they're just gonna go ahead and remix every song that's not church-like about WAP.
Might as well. You know why? Think of it this way. The biggest problem, the biggest argument I've seen about the WAP song is the fact that kids listen to it.
Okay.
Right? And when people argue that kids listen to it, I get upset because I'm like, the ownership of kids are on their parents. Right? So we can't get away from parenting at this point, right? If that's the case, you should play the clean version if your child is old enough to completely understand, right? And I get that, right? I feel like in our era of growing up, when we were able to have LimeWire, remember LimeWire?
When we downloaded a bunch of illegal music, and then there was music or something like that before that. Yeah.
When LimeWire hit, there was nothing my parents could say about edited music, and that was in my household. I don't know about anybody else's, but when LimeWire hit for me, it changed the game. Right? Because Windows Media Player, you had to have the CD already in order to get onto the computer.
I brought it back
to your MP3 player.
Compact disc.
Exactly. You had to do all of that. So if I got a CD, it had to be approved by my parents. You know what I'm saying to you? But now if I got LimeWire, I can get whatever I want. Right? But that's where parenting comes in. We can't put the responsibility on everybody else but the parents, right? However, to go with what they're saying, that's just like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like this is what we need. So when LimeWire hit, it changed that. The biggest argument I've seen was pretty much like for kids to see it. But when you went to church and they had the same beat and they remixed it to a praise song, that was lit.
When I was a captain, so I was a captain of my old boy step team called Alpha and Omega at Calvary Raptors Church on God Brewer in Southside Jamaica, Queens. Shout out to my old church, right? And I'm not gonna hold you, touch it, bring it, babe, watch it, turn it, right? We remixed that and said, he touches, brings us back, watch us, something, he's got our back. We made it very lit. You're right. So I understand that. I'm always of the idea that we can go ahead and turn pop culture or, references to pop culture or popular songs and all stuff and make it applicable to a, I'm gonna call it a Jesus jingle. Like I understand that. But WAP is a little different. Not we talking about that wet ass pussy to like we talking about worship and praise. Like well,
But it's not that beat though. I seen a few of them. And they remix it a little differently. But I feel like it's dope because then it makes going to church being cool. It makes teen night cool.
Yeah, of course. And you know how it's always about like youth night and all that stuff.
Yeah,
the Villa Girl says, as Kevin Hart's dad said, they're gonna learn today. Laugh my ass off. Sorry, but parents can help to censor what their children see. But if they can't, tough. I hear that. But they just said, I got that worship and praise. I'm done with you, what they say. Done. But my whole thoughts on it, Ness, before we close out, my whole thoughts on it is this. You know, I feel like honestly, it is so Ty hit the nail on the head, right? Ty said, yo, I think it's very what did he say? Hypocritical, but you couldn't read the word that said hypocrisy. But anyway, I
can read that word. I couldn't read the degradation. You
can say it. Anyway, we're not gonna call you out today twice. But anyway, so I think it is very hypocritical, right? So we can go ahead and we can blast out every single male song, every single male hip hop song about sucking this, licking this, hopping on this, riding this. You know what I'm saying? To the windows, to the wall, to the sweat drop down my balls, all that stuff, or unwashed balls, or whoever's talking about this, right? I think we can do all of that, but we can't. But when a woman does it, it's a problem. I think that's sad. I think why are we making such a big deal about what a woman does and not treating them with the same respect and giving them this caveat that, you know, it's this double standard. And I think, not to bring it back to politics as always, but I feel like it's the same thing when we talk about Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Like we can have Trump could be in office right now saying whatever he wants prior to him getting in, but God forbid Kamala Harris has something, they're going to scrutinize her, not only because she's black, because she's also a woman. So I feel like we should be able to be better and allow women to express themselves. If a woman wants to make a song that's purely entertainment about their vagina, then let them do that. If they want to do it about them performing fellatio, let them do that. Or oral sex, let them do that. I feel like there's nothing wrong with it. Now, if we're talking about our kids hearing it, absolutely, but it's not a kid's song. Parents have to do better at controlling what the content that their kids are consuming. You can't blame the artist for that. You have to blame your parenting skills and or your ability to set permissions on devices. And that's just point blank on period. You know what I'm saying? Modef says, it's not going to hurt your child to learn about sex. I agree 100%. Sheltering kids, and I'm probably going to talk to my kids about sex when they're like somewhere between 10 and 15, just because I think that's a realistic age, because a lot of people are losing their virginities at that age. Sheltering kids and not having the conversation as the kids grow up about sex isn't beneficial. Agreed. Like your kid hears it and asks, what's what? You say it's natural vagina moisture. Is that moisture? Moisture. And how and when that occurs. It's not that serious. I agree. I think parents are they're too bent out of shape about real life issues. You know what I'm saying? They're sensitive about real life issues. They don't want to talk about the taboo things about rape. They don't want to talk about things that can put their child that can be susceptible to the child being in danger. They don't want to talk about pop culture and the body and sex and the things that's in music. And you have to, especially when we live in a digital age. Go ahead, Ness, take it away.
Tahir says the chorus of the Whisper song is "Wait till you see my dick." Hey, bitch, I'll beat the pussy up like
bitch. How fucking rude is that?
Wow. And the crazy part is, I think Whisper came out like my freshman summer year, or maybe my 8th grade summer year. Like I'm talking about 8th grade into 9th grade and 9th grade into 10th grade, one of the 2 years. And it was just like, I loved that song. When I heard it, I didn't completely understand though.
Oh, hold on. There's some fighting going on. Let me just
let's go to it. Fight.
George Watkins said Lil Kim did it before, though. She did with her infamous picture of that. Anyway, she did. Ty goes, oh, nah, chill, Mo. I completely disagree with that. So just to bring up what he's disagreeing with is her statement about this. All right. I want to hear this now because I got opinions about this because I don't disagree. A days goes, my daughter has definitely asked me what WAP means. LOL. I definitely said worship and praise. A days get out. I'm done.
Why are you lying?
Right here says you don't. I'm assuming teach a 5 to 6 year old to ask about WAP and sucking dick and etc. I
would keep it a buck.
I don't think she said 5 and 6. I don't think she said that, and I don't think she said anything about sucking dick. I think what she said is, you can, if your child, let's go back to what she said, it's not going to hurt your child to learn about sex. I agree about that. I think you don't have to say sucking dick. I think you're performing fellatio or giving oral sex. You can just say, hey, it's when, and you just use relatable language that they can understand that helps them paint the picture of what's happening. So she goes, sheltering kids and not having a conversation as a kid grows up about sex isn't beneficial. I agree with that. Why would you shelter your child from a real life issue? I'm not saying, and I think the issue here is we're taking the definition of child and doing different things. So Tahir may hear child and may hear 3 to 5. Simone may hear child and may think from 5 to 10. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the disconnect here. But it's at the end of the day, if your child is old enough to hear it on the radio, they're old enough to have their parents, out of all people, teach them what it means. And I think that as parents, you have an obligation to keep your kids safe, and that's a part of that. Go ahead,
That's
Diddy.
the whole fact. I just feel like when your kids get a certain age, they'll be curious enough to like type things on their own, listen to music on their own. When it gets cool, which is like junior high schoolish, you know what I'm saying? Junior high schoolish to high schoolish, to through high school, I should say. But like 5 and 6 year olds are not gonna be like, if they're hearing it on the radio as wet and gushy, they're gonna be like, "What are you talking about?" I'm gonna be like, "Gushers." You know what I'm saying?
I'm dead.
But when they get of age, at the least 8 years old, they're gonna be more so exposed. And I want like sex to be a normalcy in my house. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to say, no, only grown folks can do it. But if you model it the ways it should be modeled, then I think it'll be okay.
So the Villa Girl says you can speak in a civil manner and speak to your children about sex from a young age. So when a pedophile is telling them it's a fun game, they can call out that BS. I hear that.
Amen. Tie that back.
True. Yes. I feel like when we don't talk to our kids about, and I'm not a parent, but I know I'm going to be a fucking dope ass parent. When we don't talk to our kids about sex, when we don't talk to our kids about real life issues, about racism, about anything that's going to hurt them, then we put them at risk for being hurt. We put them at risk for being taken advantage of. We don't arm them with the information. Yes. They're going to be just out there, and the world we live in is crazy. We're going to read the last 3 comments. We're going to talk about it, and then we're going to wrap up because we are longer than we anticipated tonight, and we want to respect everybody's time, including ours. All right. So Tahir says, when I hear a kid, I think like 4 to 8. I understand that. Thank you for bringing that up. That goes back to my point. Vila Girl says, Americans treat sex like it's such a taboo thing. It's best they hear it from you that from someone else who might warp that information. I agree. And especially if you're a Caribbean, Latin Caribbean, you're learning about sex at a young age, and that's important. All right, moving on. Tahir says, I used to work with kids. Okay. Oh, we're doing it at the same time. I used to work with kids around the age, and the ones more exposed to those types of things were legit trying to try stuff with the other kids. I hear that, but at the same time, it's not. I don't think you can just say, hey, I worked around kids and the ones who are more exposed. Let's define and break down exposed. Is it exposed as into, are they exposed to pop culture and hearing it because they don't have a parent who is monitoring their usage and their content? Or are they, or is it a person who their parent teaches them and presents it in a way that's child-friendly language, and then they're trying to perform these acts, which I'm not gonna say that's completely not the case, but I think it's less likely to be the case if the parent takes their time to speak about it in child-friendly language. Moving on. And Nash, you can jump in when you want. I know I'm speeding through. Tati says parenting can get tricky around taboo topics, especially if you're a parent that has your own unresolved issues, traumas, experiences, and said topics. I agree. And I know it gets tricky. It gets absolutely tricky because everybody has their own trauma. Not everybody can confront trauma the way that we'd like to be able to. So I understand that 100%.
Can I say something to that though? To be honest with you, I feel like no parent has gotten the parent handbook ever.
Because they're agreed.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like every generation it's supposed to get better. Yeah. But for those who haven't gotten better at it, I feel like all parents should definitely take parent classes. You know what I'm saying? And understand when it's okay and when it's not okay. You know what I'm saying? Listen to podcasts or read stories about it at least. But yeah.
Agreed. So we're going to go ahead and speed through these. Preach Vila Girl. Yes, at the Vila Girl.
Okay, Vila Girl.
At the Vila Girl. Vila Girl's winning. Facts on facts on facts, Jermaine. Appreciate you agreeing, Ty. I love that we can, not that we disagree, but I love that when we can agree on stuff. When parents don't heal, they put children at risk. I agree with that, and I appreciate that perspective, Tati. And I'm sure as individuals, we all have our own experience with things like that. So I agree. George Watkins says, I agree with Vila Girl because predators frame their intentions fancy and attractive to kids. Exactly. Exactly. Then we'll keep it at that because I don't want to.
Yo, Vila Girl, you winning. I gotta see who you are.
She just added us or just subscribed to us like a day or so ago. We got the email. Ty says the former annoying. Man, I miss this ish. This is dope. I need more friends who make podcasts. Laughing mad loud. Yo,
all you need is us, baby.
Ty has been a part of this. Ty has been vocal since like season 1. I want to say maybe season 2, but definitely season 1. Like before we even got into the studio.
Amen.
Yep. And then Tati says, right. Vila Girl says you can always employ the help of a child therapist to discuss sensitive topics and sensitive issues like this if you believe you cannot handle it in whatever capacity. That's true. And seek additional help if it's not something that you can handle. You know, a lot of us aren't equipped. Like Nessa said, we don't come, or parents don't come with a child's parenting book, you know, or a guide. And even if there is a parenting book, which there are thousands, I'm sure, on the shelves, every child is different. Every experience is different. You know what I'm saying? A Black experience and a white experience are going to be different. A Black child from urban America versus a Black child from suburban America is going to be a different experience. So I think that there's never a rule book specific to a child. Go ahead, Diddy.
Oh, wow. I did not realize Amelia and Vila was the same person. What's up, Amelia?
She said she had to change. She said Facebook was acting up, so she had to get to YouTube. Okay.
Wow. Thank you so much, Amelia. It's glad to see you here. Okay, good. I know exactly who you are.
Good now.
Yeah.
Ty said, I was with you shooting and I'm done. Bye, boy. Vila said, Parveen, Amelia. All right, perfect. Yo, we want to close out tonight by saying we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. This is episode 1, season 3. We will not ever be 2 hours and 24 minutes into the show, but just because we have so much love, so much energy, so much to talk about, so many drinks, so many things to discuss. We're here, and we appreciate y'all tuning in with us, sticking out with us. And we understand that these are difficult topics and sometimes uncomfortable topics, but we appreciate y'all for sharing and giving out and really contributing. But I want to say real quick, Ness, you're going to take the whole floor. I promise you. It's yours soon, right now, like right now. I want to encourage y'all to continue to share the video. I want y'all to tell your friends to subscribe to our YouTube channel because we're no longer streaming on IG because IG only allows you an hour, and we can't give y'all this experience on IG with all those cut-ins and the videos and the tickers and whatever else we got on the bottom. We really worked hard for the season to really go ahead and bring y'all this amazing experience considering COVID and all those things. So we appreciate you. The Vila girl Amelia said it should be 3 hours. And that
smile.
I say yes, your smile. So I was like, oh, it's probably about the comments. So we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. One thing I want to leave y'all with is I want to encourage y'all to continue to be bright, to continue to be bold, to continue to be you. Don't let anybody stop you. No one, not adversity, not what societal norms say you should or should not be, or who you should and shouldn't be. And we love y'all and appreciate y'all. But Ness, because you close us out the absolute best, is there anything else you want to say to the goddamn people?
Yes, I do. All right, so I'm 3 drinks in. I am lit right now, but I would like to say this. For all of you all who have stayed from 9 p.m. to 11:25, who have been commenting, you know who you are, to hear the Vila girl, Mo Def, George Watkins, like y'all been here from the beginning.
I hear Simone. Oh, you said Mo Def already.
Yeah,
everybody.
like all of y'all. Encourage your friends. I know y'all got close friends that are just like y'all, and that'll be very attentive and with the shits. You know what I'm saying to you? I appreciate y'all, and I love y'all for this for sure. Because if this was a boring interactive moment, we would have wrapped up by 10:30.
It's facts. That's a fact. And we good on social cues and we know how we work. So we would have gave a little wink.
We would look at each other like we would text each other like yo
on the side, for real.
Like, you know what I'm saying to you? But we rocking with y'all and y'all rocking with us. So of course we're gonna stay on long and be more and more interactive, just as you were. But overall, I appreciate y'all. I thank y'all, and I have one slogan though. Give love, spread love, receive love, and then repeat that bitch. I'm telling you right now, the only way to heal this earth is to give love, spread love, but know how to receive that shit when you get it. And then repeat that whole bitch. So please, please, please do that. And I pray for y'all. I wish y'all the best of your success. I wish y'all kill whatever you got cooking. Kill that shit. You know what I'm saying to you? And I appreciate y'all. And I can't wait to speak to y'all again next Tuesday. Invite your peoples over, subscribe, share, and all that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I got to say. Good discussion, everybody. Thank you, George Watkins. Season premiere, season 3. We done did a lot to get here.
A lot.
All them cute graphics you seen, I'm gonna give it up to Maine. Maine be out here busting ass.
I'm trying to do it.
Videos.
Real quick, me and Diddy had manifested that we were going to be in a red carpet with celebrities who are going to be in a red carpet. Like, yo, I love y'all show. So we got to be out here with our best foot forward. We are paying for subscriptions. We are paying for experience. We are creating everything we can. Nessa's doing what she got to do in the daytime. I'm working out and making sure that we got all the graphics and videos and everything else we need. And we want to promote our brand. So don't forget sponsorships. We want to promote music from local artists. If you're a producer, if you make beats, if you are an artist, if you're a singer or a rapper, we are here for free, giving you an opportunity to play your music and your share your craft with everybody, because we know COVID hit. A lot of artists don't have the opportunity to perform and make money. So we want to go ahead and do as much as we can. You guys can count us in for a lot of things. We're going to have a lot of guest co-hosts, a lot of interviews. Next week, you guys can expect, which I secured, by the way, Nessa. Next week, you guys can expect us to have a special co-host on the mic with us, who is a mother of all males, and she black males at that. And she's going to talk to us a little bit about how going away, not even going away, but how sending her kids back to school and homeschooling has been since COVID and all that stuff. So we have a lot in store. Everything is completely organized. We know what our episodes are looking like for the next 3 weeks, outside of the fact that new news comes in. We made some adjustments today. But we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. And we can't wait to be with y'all in real life for those that we can and will see. And we appreciate y'all.
Can I say one more thing? I'm going to let y'all go. But I promise. We are absolutely 100% apologetic, and we are so sorry that we left you during COVID, and we did know our due diligence to be a mental break to everybody, but we wouldn't have been able to provide you with a great experience if we had kept on through COVID. We would have been very unreliable, borderline looking like half-assed, because the internet was crashing during COVID. It was fucking us all up, and we wanted to make sure that we brought y'all the right things. And we wanted to really be there with y'all as we all struggled through depression, anxiety, not knowing what the fuck was up, martial law, Trump, George Floyd. We really wanted to be here with y'all. We were trying to figure out the right way, but now we figured this shit out. We wouldn't be able to give you this if we gave you that. So understand that we do love y'all, and we do take on with pride the what we deliver to you all, because y'all deserve the best of the best.
You better tell it, Ness.
Period.
Period.
Yeah, I'm drunk.
You better go ahead.
Period. Y'all deserve the best of the best. Y'all don't deserve to be hiccuped through complete malfunctions. Granted, I know y'all want to see us grow, but we have an expectation of ourselves, and we have a value of our most reliable viewers. And we love y'all from the bottom of our hearts. Once again, give love, spread love, receive love. I'm letting you know that. So we are completely 100% apologetic of not being here through the toughest times that we were living in. But we here, and we here now. Be rocking and we rolling, and we gonna fuck shit up.
And on that note, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. We're going to end this broadcast. Don't forget, please share this video right after the broadcast is over. We want to get these views up. We want to touch as many people as possible. And the Vila Girl says, we love that you brought the quality shit tonight. We appreciate you for appreciating. We are working really hard behind the scenes, and we have been motherfucking stoked. So thank you guys so much. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. We're going to get off. We got to boo love, and we got to chill and talk about the show. We got shit to do. So we love y'all. We appreciate y'all, and we're out. Later.
Enjoy your night, y'all. Sleep tight.